hilarious moment that everyone in the party, except for the one girl in the party, had managed to turn it into a comedy session.
That sounds interesting. What happened?
I got drunk and cursed at a half-orc lady in Orc. Belvis tried to wingman the girl that he was traveling with, and they had formed like a sister-brother bond. But the flirting sounded more like they were those lovey-dovey couples that say, "Oh no, you are amazing, babe. You're more amazing than me," and just... It was hilarious because the girl was trying to seduce the half-orc woman. But it just... everything kind of went wrong. People burned. Hey, Jesse!
New headset.
It sounds worse than your old one.
It's working at least.
The other one was working, it was more his internet was dodgy.
It's more my mic's picking up, but I was using my iPad for a long time and now I've got a headset. I didn't realize it was a Bluetooth headset though. I accidentally bought a Bluetooth headset.
Good on you.
Yeah,
I was telling him about the orphanage burning down.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. This is why I don't play serious characters.
People keep complimenting me on my voice quality, but I'm just using a PS3 headset.
I'm using a $160 mic and a $160 PC headset, and I'm playing through my phone. I have no idea what the quality's like, whether it'd be better to play it through my computer or not, but
it's good quality.
I'm using a $50 Walmart quality headset.
That's the thing, we don't have. We have like maybe 2 Walmarts in all of Australia, and they don't sell. They sell big bulk boxes of majority food, blankets, and other non-computer related stuff.
Mine are like voice dampening headsets and everything. Built-in mic.
Walmart's one weakness. Walmart's one weakness. Drop bears.
Mine is a Rig 600, actually worth $150, so it was $10 off.
I have no idea what mine's like, but I'm just using my laptop.
I'm on a laptop too.
I play Roll20 through my laptop. I have my sheet open on a television monitor. I speak through my iPad, and I'm now using a Bluetooth headset.
What the fuck, Elvis? What the fuck?
I can't play through my laptop because my laptop is absolute trash. It's so slow.
My laptop's a couple years old, but it was top of the line when I got it, so it still works fine.
So was mine. My mum's just flooded it through with vacation photos and her new business.
Oh fuck, they're back.
Okay.
Drop bag on him.
Are we all in? Matt, we're waiting for Rickon to log in.
Yep, 1 minute.
The whole, it's super slow. That's what she said last
Yeah, I'm
night.
joining in now.
Cool.
I just got there on my
like a
mind.
teacher then.
On my mouth.
Is everyone ready for class?
Is everyone ready to be murdered?
Be murdered. Murder kill.
Honestly, we've kind of murdered it. We've murdered everyone so far. How bad could it be?
Okay.
What? Can you guys hear me?
Look, there are no saves in this game. Once you die, that's it. They only need to win once.
Well,
Famous last words.
depending on how it plays out,
That's what.
hopefully no one will die, but there may not all be on the material plane. Just that way. So,
Rickle, you might also be you might also be a few family members less.
I'm not worried about my character dying. I'm worried about my character dying in a very unclimactic way.
We just have to keep Belvis alive. We have a level 5 cleric. The rest of us shouldn't fear death.
Yeah, and so far all he's done is heal you. When has he healed anyone else?
Top of it.
He's never needed to heal anyone else. In fact, every time he stops to heal, I cringe because it's like you still have like 30 hit points left. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Okay, so with the culprit still at large and seemingly evil presence in Waterdeep, you have made a quick work of ridding certain sectors of the city. But you've heard rumours of other areas still being hindered by them. As you continue, the night sky glows a purple essence, the stars shine as if diamonds on a dyed silken cloth, and you begin to feel the first chill of autumn in the wind. The armour against your skin causes you to chill slightly as you come to focus on the surroundings once again. You contemplate your next actions. Rick, you're quick to haste the group as you know that time is growing closer to make your reservations with your queen. Yamiko, this has never been your favourite time of year, as you feel more comfortable close to the windows of nearby buildings, ciphering any heat that may lay within. Belvis, the air reminds you of the sea, and as the salt air from the nearby dockyard blows, you smell a scent that reminds you of your lost love. Lokak, you breach a smile across your face as you know that this is your hunting season before winter falls, and memories warm your soul of your wolf clan. But learning what you now know of your new friends, you feel an emptiness of what life could have been with a humanoid family. Adaben, your shoulder begins to ache from an old fighting injury. It doesn't cause you any performance issues, but it's just more discomfort that floods back memories of your times fighting in the pits, and faces of your past begin to intrude your mind. You all blink, shaking off the memories, as Rick calls for you all to continue the task in hand.
And with the
We have
serious
some sins left to kill. Well, let's get to it.
and with the serious moment done, off to the brothel.
Are you offering
You
your,
had a choice, right?
are you buying or are you selling Yamiko?
And in this case, I think I'm killing.
Okay, so as you walk the streets...
Are we short resting now? Are we spending another hour, or are we not?
I thought
I think we spent an hour after
All right.
Wrath.
Wrath. All right. So we spent 2 hours total in this town. I'm spending a hit die.
Yeah, we did a short rest, but we obviously don't have time for a long one.
Yeah.
Unless you got 8 hours to spare.
Let's just have 6 more short rests.
Unless somebody knows a modified stop time spell.
Or Song of Rest.
No, I don't, unfortunately.
I think that's how is that how
But I
Song
do
of
have this.
Rest works?
No, it's not.
You just get more health.
Song of Rest is during a short break. You can roll a d6 to heal your party members. But you can add per hit die.
Fuel your friendly creatures who can heal your performance regain hit points at the end of the short rest by spending 1 or more hit dice. Each of those creatures gain an extra 1d6 hit point.
Do you have Song of Rest? What the fuck,
Nope.
man?
Nope. I do have the option to next level, but at the same time I've got an ability score improvement that I've been kind of putting off in fighter class.
Ah, okay. Well, we've cleansed Wrath, we've cleansed Gluttony. It is time to face the more deadlier of the sins.
So far it's been kind of like easy. It's been pretty easy, like kind of killing them. I'm just gonna say, you know what, guys? It's been not very difficult work chugging through this. Perhaps it might be easy. Perhaps we might be more fruitful if, two head towards Pride or Greed, and two head towards Lust.
Yeah, I mean,
they're
it's not
just
really
walking in the
hurting anyone.
streets.
Actually, an issue.
It literally hasn't been that difficult. Like I point to my cheek where there's a small scratch, and I say, "This is the worst that's happened to me this whole situation."
Really? You didn't. You missed the fact that there were shadowy things sucking people's vitality.
That's your fault, not mine.
I'm confused. You're. Let's just forget it. Let's go get Greed. Let's forget Lust at all. It doesn't exist. It's just there.
I think you're feeling a bit lustful.
Yamako, how do you say greed and
Or like gleeful anticipation.
So, as you
Yamaka just turns to Belvis, and they're in the universal sign for money.
okay,
Beep.
Yeah, we skip Lust entirely and head down to markets.
okay,
You can. Okay. While they head to the markets,
Bugger.
I'm just. While they head to the markets, like to the Greed section, I'm just gonna kind of like back off a little bit to the back, and then try and nick off towards Pride.
What the fuck, man? What the fuck?
was that a stealth check for you?
Oh, bye,
Let's
Emerson. Goodbye.
see that stealth roll.
And this is where it all fucks up. Oh, that's a 12.
Yep, I
Can't beat Yamako. Fuck that.
You can't beat me either.
can't beat anyone.
So then you, as the rest sort of begin to walk in a direction towards.
Oh, you actually do beat me. I have a passive
Um,
perception
you-
of 10.
You then
Pride goeth before fall.
you fall over a stone cobble on the floor. So I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Actually, I'm falling that far.
Yeah, you tripped over.
Oh, well, fuck.
Okay, you can take 1d4 for damage.
Where the fuck am I falling that I'm taking 3 damage?
You fall flat on your face.
Inside sheep poop. Face first.
So
I just kind of get up and start brushing myself off like nothing happened.
hold on, I need to find some commoners. There we go.
So are we doing Greed or are we doing Pride? What the hell?
You guys go to Greed. I got some stuff I need to take care of
What
in
do you
the
do?
Noble District. You know, I'll just
No. Look,
be
we're an
5 minutes.
adventuring group. You never split
It-
the party. That's all.
That's a good song.
Adventuring 1-on-1.
That's a good song right there.
Don't you know you should never split the party?
Cleric's in the back.
Yes. I know.
No one knows the song. Oh, that's disappointing.
Arabin.
I will be
Arabin.
5 minutes, maybe 10 at
No.
max.
No. If you're going somewhere, you're going with us.
It won't be a pretty sight.
I don't care if it's pretty. What I care about is you staying alive at this moment.
I'm
We
alive.
are facing people that literally suck your strength from you. You operate on your strength. You really think it's wise if you head off by yourself, get surrounded by a group of these, and can't do shit against them.
Well, then someone come with me that's not afraid of bloodshed.
Together we go afterwards.
What is so urgent, Arabin?
Nothing of importance to you.
I'm sure it's not important to me.
Okay.
I'm very sure.
Well, that
I
was a
want
natural
to
one
know-
deception check.
Okay, so
What I want to know is why it needs to happen now.
Chaos is
Chaos is a ladder.
Chaos is the greatest concealer of all.
No, it's not. When the shit hits the fan, when it's done hitting the fan, when the buildings are aflame, and everything is going to heck, that's fine. But when everything calms down again, someone will point a
I just keep heading faster towards destination. Ignoring
I'm now,
this
like,
fight.
I'm now getting more and more angry, and I'm just like, look, it's something that needs to happen
Okay.
now.
Go
Well,
ahead
I can.
and roll me a persuasion check.
You are not very persuasive.
Holy
Am I?
crap.
Oh my god.
So-
when it counts. When it counts.
So the rest of you realise that there's something on Adaben's mind, and you realise that all you're doing is just going around the houses arguing why he should stay part of the group. But you realise by how forceful he's becoming that maybe this is quite important to him, and you can decide whether or not he goes.
Alright, so what we're going to do is skip past lust, go to greed, or pride, or whatever it is, and potentially divert our time a little bit.
So,
If you're going to do this, Adam, and you should at least take a bit of extra muscle with you.
Well, I mean,
Maybe one that doesn't rely
Ludwig
on.
doesn't give a shit which way we go. He just wants to kill something.
well,
I'm sure
we're
it's very
gonna,
interesting. Let's go.
we're gonna hit up pride anyway, but you know, I kind of it's a personal thing that I need to achieve on myself.
Then take a meat shield at least. Somebody who can keep the monsters busy while you're doing whatever you need to do.
No, the meat shield doesn't give a crap.
What do you guys say? I go off with Adibin. Sure.
That sounds horrible. I'm staying with you, Belvis.
Why? Because you're afraid you're gonna go down.
No. He lies.
He lies very. I'm gonna insight that shit. Fuck you.
You don't. Only says it in such a way that everyone knows that yes, that is correct. He is afraid that he will die if he leaves Belvis' side.
Let's just deal with pride first so Adamant can get his thing done.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we're dealing with more than one pride issue here. And I give Adibin a stink eye.
Okay. In that case, you
Besides, I'd rather not leave Envy any longer than we need to.
so
True. Those orphans might tear the whole place apart.
Fun fact: if envy did start affecting us, and Adabin actually did fall under the effects of envy, he'd be very envious of Rickle more than anything.
I'm confused.
Because you're noble.
And I'm lower class.
okay. So
I don't see why that's relevant.
guys, as you
Just in
approach the Raw District, you see much finer built houses, homes that Don. You can see through the windows. You can see that there are coats of armor on the walls, candles still flickering, and you see a handful of the windows have balcony-esque kind of designs to them, and some of them stand very tall, sort of structurally and sort of high and mighty. You see a handful of nobles standing there with pride that they do not intend to move from the place. However, on the grounds, you do see another set of nobles being attacked by commoners, urchins of the streets, and some of the other urchins are attacking the buildings themselves. in hope to perhaps penetrate or break them down to gain access.
As we approach the area where things are starting to get more chaotic, Yamiko is going to take to the sky and try to be stealthy again.
Okay, go ahead and roll that.
I'm trying to stick to the sides of the street.
Yeah, you feel, Yamiko, that you're very stealthy. And as you approach the garden areas of the rural district, I need you to all make wisdom saving throws, please. Apart from you, Yamiko.
Why don't I have control of my...
I don't know.
I have control of Rickle, but not of Zelda.
Let me
Well, maybe
detail
for
this.
later
You want
and
to
I'll
drag yours across and see if it works.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to be interesting.
Oh shit. That wasn't great.
Can't help but wonder if the fact I'm not making this save is because I'm in the air or because I'm a demon.
Okay.
I'm not. I made the save, even though I'm probably the one that cares the least.
Well, the point isn't that you're not caring. It's a mental thing.
Wisdom affects your state of mind, not so much how much you emotionally care about something.
That's how street smart you are.
I hope I spelled that right.
I
Okay.
hope so.
Okay. So, as you approach the area, you see the commotion on the streets. How do you proceed?
Ravenous, tell me where the spooky person is.
Look
Loading
at good old Lord Rickle sending out his damn bird to do his dirty business. You know, I wish I had a friggin' bird like that.
And I'm just gonna go from rooftop to rooftop in stealth mode.
Okay.
Push the hell out of them.
And I will do the little boost.
Technically, you have, because we're friends, and the bird is, friends with us.
I wanna move
You
my
know.
You can't own wildlife.
I'm rolling my stealth check now. I got a 32.
Okay. And
You don't have
you're
17
climbing the
still.
rooftop.
Yes,
How
I
do you?
do.
Right.
There's a
I
little
rolled
thing called
17.
pass without a trace that gives me plus 10, bitches.
Right, so you cast Pass Without a Trace.
Yep, all myself. That was the
It
boost.
affects in a radius. You do know that, right?
Yeah, I could affect you all, but I just don't give a shit because you're arguing. And I'm
It
going
does affect
rooftop
us
to rooftop.
anyway because the spell is a legitimate radius.
It's all allies within a radius, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're casting spells, you need to let me know because I
Yeah,
don't
you
know
I wanna-
what you're casting now.
You
So-
need to state that you're doing that.
I said I'm doing my little boost to stealth when I
Okay.
said I'm doing stealth.
Okay.
I want to run here and
Firstly, guys, so Ravenous leaves Rickle's shoulder, and he flies around and he starts to circle the upper corner of the towns to indicate that there is a sin monster nearby. Lokag, if you're climbing the rooftops, this is a noble area. The rooftops are very, very high. So, do you have any climbing equipment that's going to assist you in your climb?
Superhuman strength, I don't know.
Okay. If you're climbing the wall with your human strength, then please make a dexterity or athletics check for me.
And athletics?
Sorry, acrobatics or dexterity.
Okay. I was just gonna do athletics for climbing, but I didn't do acrobatics.
Okay. You make it about halfway up to the wall, and you do sort of start to lose your grip slightly. It's going to take a little bit more for you to actually make it all the way. So you can go ahead and make another roll if you wish.
Alright.
Okay, wonderful. You do make it on top of that singular building on the rooftop. If you move from there, you are currently at disadvantage because of the way the rooftop lays. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just lying down on the roof.
Okay.
Got my bow out. I'm just ready to snipe shit.
Okay.
I'm wanting to do my channel divinity.
Over there is the Sin Monster. Let's go.
I'm kind of just going, hey, Rickle, you seen all these buildings? I wonder how many times you slept in a comfy bed like this during your childhood, huh?
What happened to you, Adabin? We used to be friends.
Friends? With a noble like you? Do you know how unfair it is that so many little kids, so many races got stuck in those damn pits, while you and your damn noble buddies sat up in the houses, drinking their way through life and eating whatever they can?
That's life. You live it and then you die.
It's honestly not fair life. All the kids that were forced to be butchered down there.
That's the whole point of it.
Okay.
I'm gonna draw my weapons.
Okay. Let's get some initiative, please.
Oh my
Right,
god.
so there wasn't a way I could get that off before.
Oh, what was that?
Arguing Belvis was acting.
Yeah. Oops. Click on that. Alarm got a 10.
In case it's a save, the point 18 is my dex. Versus ties.
Nick, was I able to get that off?
Sorry, I can't hear you. Keep breaking off there.
He cast Turn Undead and then Destroy Undead.
Yeah. While they were arguing, I wanted to run in the middle. Do my
Okay, so you're trying
channel
to kill undead. Let me see it.
Yeah. So they'll have to. I put for 30 feet. So.
So all the shadows have to make wisdom saving throws or be destroyed, essentially.
Yeah.
Depends on the CR. That'd be CR1.
Last time in this week they haven't, unless there's like increasing.
So wisdom saving throw, correct?
Yes, and if they are CR half or below, they die straight away. If they fail. DC 14.
Well, destroy undead.
Unless they've gotten stronger. So that's a fail.
I hope they haven't gotten.
This is probably like the only time I'll ever have to use this ability in the campaign.
In any campaign, really, except for Curse of Strahd.
Unless we go and crypt robbing and shit and run across undead.
A lich. Lich, but you know.
It
Yeah,
goes
that
against
one's-
skeletons and zombies.
So 2 out of 3 have failed.
Still got one more to go, I think.
Yep. It just succeeds.
Okay. So
2 live, 2 die.
and as you approach the grounds, you hear the whispering that you recognise from the other sectors as the Sin Monster comes into play. So, Adabin.
So at the moment, I'm like completely, like,
Oh yeah, I know.
I don't realize that I've been put under the spell, though.
DM, you might want to put the initiative in descending order, by the way.
Okay, so I have no knowledge of the spell. I just suddenly feel a great envy
Oh,
towards
yes.
Rickle's life. But envy leads to anger with Adoban.
Well, it's actually not just directed at him, it's envious of anyone that would have been more successful or more of a higher class than you.
Well, there are other things that Adoban's envious of in the party.
Of course.
But at the moment, so far, Rickle's the only one that is registered actually say anything to him.
Yeah.
And so he's gonna walk up to Rickle with his kukri and just hold it right up against Rickle's throat and just say, "How could you say that? How could you say that about all those kids that could have been living the life that you have, but instead were forced to fight, kill, and be killed by those stupid monstrosities down in those pits? Just the coin change by the hands of you noble bastards."
Okay, is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay, Logag.
I'm just gonna shoot the Sin monster from the high ground.
Okay. Yeah.
Did an 18 hit? Alright, he'll take 5 piercing, non-magical. piercing.
Non-magical damage, okay.
And then I'll attack him again. For another 9 non-magical.
How do you have extra attack when you're multi-class?
I'm not multi-classed, I'm a 6th level ranger.
Oh, so you changed that?
Yeah, because I was too much like the fighter, so I switched up.
Got it. Alright.
Okay.
Yep.
Your turn, Logag, then?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Rick.
It would have been so nice with everyone living my life, right? I'm sure that would have solved everything. So he looks at the rest of the group and he conjures forth animals. He waves the he waves his hands in the air and conjures up 2 beasts of challenge rating 1.
2 beasts of challenge rating 1.
It's
That
the
one.
bare necessities.
Would you like bear? Brown bear? Or
Giant spider.
giant spider? 2. And there.
And they get their own initiative.
No. 7. 7. Oh.
And he says, "Web that guy! Web that thing!" in Sylvan.
Okay.
As he points to Adoban first, and then he points to the Sin monster second.
Okay.
I tire of this argument. It shall never be solved, because it is a fact of life that you had a shitty life.
Okay. Your turn?
Yep.
Okay, the Sin Monster's turn. So, the Sin Monster will. He's going to use his life drain on Bellis.
Where did the Sin monster go?
Oh, but no. Where did it go? There it
Oh
is.
yeah, that's a hit.
Okay.
So a con save.
And it's the additional D4, isn't it?
I need a Constitution. 11. Oh, I fail.
Oh no, it's not on that one, is it?
So your maximum hit points is drained by 6 now.
Yeah.
Wow.
So technically, it's only actually 2 because by 1 because of how much it was increased by.
And it's also going to use its.
I'm confused.
What?
But you keep going.
He's got some traits. So, firstly, he has sensitive to light, and he does a trait I've called Double Trouble. He's able to use a weapon and a spell in the same action.
Right.
So,
Fun.
as he's
Oh wait, sorry. So was that a physical attack?
that was a spell attack, yes.
Alright.
Okay.
But it's still an attack.
Yeah.
It
And
has to be.
yeah, and he also takes his longbow to your back. His longsword to your back.
That's 19. Yeah, that will hit me.
Okay.
I'm going to use my reaction to Wrath of the Storm and push him 10 feet away.
Okay. Is there a save
Sure.
on that? So 12.
I'm going to do lightning.
What's his immunity? Let me just check. Yeah, no, cool. Okay, so that's 12 damage, yeah?
I need to do that 30 saving throw.
And a dex saving throw.
He takes 12 lightning, yes.
Yeah.
And
First
push
10.
to. Yep.
Wonderful. Okay. Elvis.
I'm just going to say. Fuck. Abaddon, what the fuck? And I'm going to shoot him with a velocity. Not Abaddon.
Yes, shoot him.
25 to hit. Where's the damage? Oh, I was clicking both the top. Here we go. 7 piercing damage. How many spell slots do I have? That's it. I'm actually going to use my movement to run up to here and say what I said earlier. Adam, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah.
Gonna wait till my turn to respond because I have a sort of not lengthy but complicated.
Yeah, you have a tirade.
Cannot be said in 6 seconds.
All this thing is happening over. Makes sense.
It should be the spiders next.
Yeah, that's what move that there. Okay, and the spiders, first one, will use its web
Tries
action
to
against
whip
Adabin.
You get webbed.
And does that count for armor class?
It does not. Wait, yeah, you make a ranged attack. So if you hit,
Yeah.
and if you don't, then you.
Well, it misses.
Yep.
So as
and then
the spider,
the
as
other.
the spider shoots his web, it sort of almost ricochets off of the web, off the armor, and it just fails to the floor. The other one, you wanted to web the
Sin monster.
Sin monster, so you will do so.
Ah.
He also fails. The same.
Well, I tried.
The same thing happens to that webbing as well.
I think you need to hire new spiders.
Okay, now
Yeah,
it's
the other spiders that attacked the Chimera were a lot better.
now it's the Shadow's turn. and they're going to move through. And
Oh shit!
they're going to use a strength drain on you, Rick. What's it move there?
Nat 20?
Oh my god!
Again?
Oh
Well,
shit!
thank God that we rested first. So I take 14 necrotic damage.
And minus 3
And
strength.
I lose 3 strength, so I'm at 10. And I need to make a concentration check.
Sure.
I succeed.
Wonderful.
Concentrate. It's 10 plus half the damage you took, isn't it? Normally.
No,
No,
it's
it's
10
10
or
or
half the damage if it's more.
The
Okay.
other will whip beside you, Lokag, almost like a blink, and again will attempt the strength drain.
Nat 20 again.
Shit.
Holy fuckness!
Less damage this time, at least.
Okay.
Stand strength.
Yep. So, Yamiko.
Yamiko is going to go after the one that attacked Belvis.
You mean the one that attacked
Aw.
me?
No, you're going after the Sin Monster.
Oh.
I said exactly what I meant.
She
It's
means
the monster.
monster.
Yeah, I was confused again.
She's going to swoop down and try to stab him. With advantage, I believe.
Sure.
Pretty sure that's a hit.
Yep.
Ooh, sneak attack.
Is that magical or non-magical?
That's a +1 weapon. It's magical.
Okay.
So 22 piercing damage. Is he still up?
Oh, he's still up.
Then here comes the offhand. Though I'm pretty sure that's a miss.
It is a miss.
And she's just gonna kind of snarl at him. How dare you hurt him?
Okay. Oh, I don't know what Adven's trying to do there, but it didn't work.
Sorry, I was wanting to see if I could click on like dagger of venom damage to see what the mods in that were for it.
It's a plus
Like
1.
you
damage.
don't add your dex modifier to the damage, do you, Yamiko?
Not on the offhand.
No, I thought it's not.
Okay, so, Adven, before your turn, you hear the doors of an upper area on a building across the way, and there stands a noble and 2 large thugs beside him. He sees you and reacts. Adven, are you here to save us?
I turn around and I just I let go of Rickle, completely just forgetting him, like he never appeared in my head, and I just say, "You knew you were going to be here," and I'm just going to use
Oh no.
my full action to dash up to him.
Wow, okay. He is on a
Does
raised
this shadow?
area to you, just so you know. He's about 10 feet in the air on a balcony, raised balcony.
Yeah, I'm running straight.
Okay.
And does the shadow attack someone that's under the effects of the Sin Master?
You'll have to find
I was
out.
about to ask, does the shadow ignore him?
It didn't make an attack.
Of course it attacks people under the influence. Rickle's under the influence and it attacked him.
I don't have anything to be envious over. It did not affect me, apparently.
No. We're talking about under the influence of the sin monster, not alcohol.
Okay, is that your turn, Adven?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, Lokag.
I'm just gonna take 2 shots with disadvantage at the shadow.
Okay.
Because it's within 5 feet.
Cool. Okay.
Nice.
Nice, right?
And then the second attack. I don't know if a 14 will hit.
That does just it, yeah.
So a total of 17 non-magical piercing.
And you slice through the shadow as it dissipates into the air.
I'm like, that's right, bitch!
Ow.
Okay.
I look down at Rickle and I aim my bow at him. But that's my turn.
Okay. Rick.
Shit. Save me, Belvis. Shillelagh. Ah.
Save me.
Okay.
Hey, at least you hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it counts as magic too.
Yep.
Do I have a bonus action that's actually useful in this? No, I don't.
Yeah.
Any
Well, this is
healing
gonna
word,
suck.
essentially?
Save me against Adobin. That's my turn.
Okay. Then it's the Sin Monster's turn. And the Sin
Who's
Monster...
looking right at you, Yamato?
The Sin Monster is going to cast... why did it keep moving? Stop moving. He's going to cast one of his second level spells at you, Yamiko. And he's going to cast Suggestion.
Oh, fun.
And he's going to suggest that you play with the guests and points at the nobles.
That's a wisdom saving throw. I am so good at those.
Join me, Yamato.
Ooh, what's the DC?
His DC is 15.
1 point.
I have a question. Rickle and Adabin counted as a charm.
Yep.
Technically, Adabin would have had advantage on the saving.
The dice have hit the table. It's too late by now.
That was like
It's
that
up
was
to
like a
Adobin
whole
to remember the fact that he's an elf and that he has advantage.
Yeah.
So does
that was like a whole round ago,
yeah.
and I didn't know I was being charmed.
It's
He just said,
is it
Wisdom
still classed as
saving
the
throw.
same as is it still classed as charm if it's suggestion?
yeah.
Suggestion is a charm. Yeah.
Okay.
It says in it, creatures that can't be charmed.
Well, in that case, it's mine and also Adven's fault for not realizing.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was being charmed. If I did, then Fey Ancestry might have clicked into my head, but
No worries. Okay.
Oh, it's happening now.
So now
that was like a whole round ago, Belvis. Good job remembering.
under the
I only
suggestion.
remembered when suggestion passed.
Yamiko, under the suggestion now of the Sin Monster, you turn to the nobles and you start pushing them about, very flat-like, so you're not attacking them, you're sort of more bullying them into submission, but you are now distracted by them.
Wouldn't he also be trying to like push Rickle down because since he's a noble?
Yeah, these ones are closer. And Yamiko is at this. After the initial saving throw, Yamiko is not fighting this at all because she doesn't have
It's
any particular love for nobles.
It's fun. Admit it, it's fun bullying nobles.
Okay.
You know what? Given her nature, she's going full dominatrix on them.
The second attack is going to be at Belvis with its longbow.
His longbow.
Yes.
Longsword.
Is it the same modifier as the longsword?
Oh,
Wrong button.
No, I don't think it is. I think it might just be the way I've written it. And try
I assume it will still hit the thing.
No, it's coming out as that. Well, I don't know why that's happening.
Longboat has a long.
Wait, who was that to you? Sorry?
To you, sorry, Belvis.
I was gonna say, if he hits me, then it's
Yeah,
kind of counterintuitive.
11 damage. That will hit.
Okay. And that's it.
So he dealt 6 damage, I think.
Now, suggestion
no,
is
that's
concentration,
65.
so
Silver
Yeah.
for a moment looks around at his options of what he could do. He could either help Rickle, who doesn't really need it, help Yamiko, who he doesn't really have anything he can do to help. He can throw Cloud where Adabin is to make him harder to hit that
what do you
person.
mean I don't need any help? Look at the shadow monster, it's right there!
But he's going to look at the Sin Monster. Going to
I imagine,
with me, and I'm casting Guiding Bolt.
I imagine Rickles saying that as he's beating the shadow into the ground with his shillelagh.
Does 18 hit on the
On the Sin Monster? Yes, it does.
Alright, so that is, I'm casting it at level 2,
Okay.
so that's 26 radiant damage.
Nice. So, tell me how this beast.
Okay. So as I see him mess with Yamiko's mind and Belvis assumes Adam's, he just lifts his finger and says the same. Also, just pointing out, I rolled 3 6s for the higher cast, 3 out of 4.
And you rolled a nat 1 for second level, so
And then I'm going to run behind this.
Okay.
What are you going to do now then?
Okay. Spiders, Rick, what are they doing?
Save me!
How are they doing that?
They're biting and chewing on the shadow.
Okay, so they'll bite the shadow.
Yeah, these massive spiders just start eating the shadow.
Well, that one does take it, and it starts going into like a biting frenzy, and as its jaws clamp together and the shadow disappears, it continues sort of biting the air just to be sure that the...
I'm pointing at like shadows and the spider is just like ah.
Okay.
Uh,
There is still commotion in the square as these beasts dissipate. The commoners are still harassing the nobles, but you feel maybe now it's not necessarily the spell. This is now a continued from the frenzy due to the spell.
Yamiko and Adabin continue behaving the same way for some reason, as if the magic never left them, or didn't matter.
what are you guys doing? You should be ashamed of yourselves.
I want to immediately run over towards Adabin,
Okay.
but I can get there and then some to the dash.
we're gonna still technically be in initiative.
Oh yes.
Oh, are we? My bad. I thought I heard.
You also need to check if the webs recharge.
Yeah. What's the thing?
A D6 on
They
a 5
recharge
and
on a
6.
5 or a 6 on a D6. I can do it if you want to.
4. No. Nope.
Nope.
1. Nope.
Okay. Heather Ben.
I do have to check the way a spell works. If anyone can help, does Thunder Wave affect upwards?
It's a radius, so I shoot anything flying above you.
I mean, it starts from you, so you need to get up there.
Yeah, it only extends. It's a 15-foot cube. That means 15 feet to a side, so it's only 5 feet out from you.
Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow up the balcony with Thunderwave.
Okay.
Creative.
Okay.
Ooh. Decent rolls.
Sure. So let me do.
So now everyone knows where we are. As a 300-foot audio goes off.
That passes my saving throw.
Oh.
But does the building stay intact? That's the main part.
I mean, it's secured. It does not blow up. That's shatter.
Yeah,
So,
if you cast
as the thunder wave hits the building, the two thug type creatures characters, they fall off the edging in hesitation more than any sort of destruction happening. They are currently prone.
My eyes have flashed. Good.
And I think something's totally wrong with Adaman.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If I use a spell to attack, can I use a weapon as an offhand, or does it have to be a melee attack or a physical
Well,
attack?
check your spell. If it says somatic or like check the components. If it's just a V, then you're fine. If it's semantic, you need a free hand. If it's
That's got semantic.
It is a semantic spell.
yeah, so you needed one hand to cast this spell.
Right. Okay.
Unless you have Warcraft stuff.
Which I do not.
Might be something you'll want to seek training for.
I've already got a feat. And that's my turn.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you seek training like between missions, you could probably get something extra. It would probably cost you money.
Locag!
Locag,
Adobin has gone insane!
At this time, my bow is currently pointed at Rickle.
What do you mean?
But well, you had a shadow in front of you when I pointed it at you last turn, so I turn it around towards Adaman, and I'm just like, well, he's going nuts. May as well knock him out. And I release an arrow at Adaman.
Okay.
Because he's going nuts.
Sure. Go ahead, make that roll.
Misses.
Oh wait, I don't have disadvantage. But yeah.
It still misses.
Either way.
That's alright, I shoot again.
This is for sure.
And that one, it misses.
This is even more.
That's alright.
Okay. So
I am untouchable!
Locag? I meant take care of him, not take care of him!
do you know?
Take care of him in my mind, shoot him!
Okay.
He's your fellow party member. You're
Give me a sec,
supposed
give
to
me a sec,
protect
give me a
and
sec,
serve
because
him.
For added flair. I want
How
to
can the
know-
hell can you see me? I'm up on top of a building.
You shot 2 arrows in his.
Okay.
Yeah, this
So
sucks. I
do me a
could've missed.
favour. For your natural 10, your natural 1, could you just roll damage for that, please?
Sure.
Oh no.
Okay.
It's Rickle.
So as the arrow leaves your bow, it does sort of flail in the air really awkwardly. However, instead of hitting Adaben as intended, it actually hit the character in front, the noble.
It's a noble in front.
Oh no!
I wasn't even aiming for him. That's the funny bit.
Okay.
Okay, what the fuck?
Here,
Hello, Keg. What's your problem? Gosh.
Yamiko says that she's abusing everyone.
Yamiko says after I caused 2 people to fall off a balcony.
And to be fair, Yamiko isn't like attacking anyone. She just has like one of the nobles on the ground and her foot on his chest.
You got another one under your elbow and you're just nooking him.
she's doing dominatrix. She has a whip out.
No, but she's wishing she had one right now.
So is Elvis.
That's definitely something you can purchase at the market when we get there.
Let's get a little Rickles turn.
Let's see. Oh god, this is horrible. Yamiko, I need your help with Adoben. Do your thing on him, not those things. Not those people.
You can try and roll a persuasion check if you like.
I mean, sure.
Let him roll in that one.
Yamiko, roll. I was going to say wisdom because obviously it's your willpower.
Well, insight is based on wisdom.
Sure. Okay.
That's why it's usually used to oppose persuasion,
No
intimidation, deception.
Yamiko, as you hear the words from Rickle, seemingly making sense, you sort of shake and snap out of the frenzy that you was in.
More like she gives a sigh and is like, fine.
Yeah, so Rickle is like decides you by this point, and he's just like yes, that's good. Now move aside and go help me with Adoben because he's a terror on those thugs. He did a spell, I think. It's all horrible and messed up. And I think Lokak shot at him. Or the noble. I'm not sure. This is a mess.
You told me to take care of him. I'm doing it. You don't have yourself to blame for this.
Right. Spiders! Attend me!
Come on!
The
I was
nobles.
raised by wolves. You think I understand a lot of human
Yeah. So he shouts at the crowd of people, "You should all be ashamed of yourselves, and I have the giant spiders to prove it." And I just send the giant spiders into the crowd of angry people.
I suppose that's one method.
Yep.
Nick, if I could do that, I would be very happy.
Okay.
So that's what I do with my turn. I just tell the spiders to savage these to spread out the crowd and stop the fighting.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check again for me.
All right. This is when I need my advantage, but I don't have one.
Good. That's good enough. Your words ring sense to the commoners, and they start to leave the area. The nobles.
Your words and giant spiders make a very convincing argument.
The nobles retreat into their homes, and the area becomes clear. However, the noble which stands near Adoben continues to stand ever longer, and as it's now his turn, he's going to plie off of the balcony, spin, and turn to attack Adoben with his rapier.
He does a flip.
Oh, he does a
Jesus.
flip.
versus acrobatics roll.
He succeeded.
Yeah.
Just, like, I'm casually just batting away his rapier with my kukri. Just like, ting.
Sure, no worries. Okay. Spiders, Rick, what are they doing?
grasping with the.
Done?
The nobles are gone. They don't have a mission to do anymore.
Yeah, they still have a mission. There's one noble left, so they are going to subdue him.
So, webbing?
Yeah.
You gotta recharge it. I see. I see the spiders coming, and I say, "Rickle, don't do."
Fuck you!
Fucker, if it's the last thing I do.
Like, do you have something against them or something?
So one of them recharges their web, and
Well, web admin.
the other one tries to wrestle with the guy. Because
Last time I checked, Adabin wasn't a noble.
yeah, but they've been told to break up the fight
So,
things.
there's a lot
So
of...
it's everyone.
Although that would turn out to be a really funny plot. To be like some noble's bastard or something.
Okay. So, confirmation, what are the spiders doing? Who are they attacking? Hello? I've got a lot of connection issues. Hold on.
One of them makes a web attack, and the other can't because it's not recharged yet. So that's their turn.
Okay.
Once you make the one web attack.
Against the noble?
Yep. Oh, it misses.
Okay.
So
Nails off.
web just kind of whiffs into the air.
Yeah.
Good help is so hard to find these days.
Velvet?
Good spiders is
Anything?
hard to find.
I want to.
You want to do what?
I want to quickly say to Rickle, so are we letting him kill that man, or are we stopping him?
I'm not sure if he's affected by magic or what's compelling him to do these things, but something is happening.
Rickle, please, I am asking you, let me do this.
I'm not sure if it's you or something else.
I want to do an insight check on Adabin to see if this would be if his reasoning for this is magical or personal.
Okay,
Yeah, probably personal.
okay, go ahead.
Wouldn't it be like an Arcana check or something to see if I have any residual magic over me?
It would be
it'd
Arcana
be-
if he wants to check the magic, but if he's doing an insight to see if your intentions are true,
I'm trying to see your intention,
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he
the
wants
actual self or not.
to kill this man.
In the most painful way possible. It's,
I'm
it's
going-
not out of envy, though. With probably 16, you can tell it's not out of envy.
I'm going to feel slightly shit about this. A natural 20 to attack the noble. I'm not trying to kill him. Trying to bring him within an inch of his life.
Okay,
Well, it depends on how much damage you do, but yeah.
indeed.
15.
You can choose to knock him out. You don't have to choose to kill him.
Yeah, I'm not doing a.
With a nat 20, you can tell me where exactly you want to the arrow to land to hit.
On his
I
right
used to be an
clavicle.
adventurer until I took an arrow in the knee.
Okay,
His right clavicle. I'm trying to just make him feel a shit ton of pain.
sure, no worries. With that, he. Hold on. With that, you do hear him yelp out in pain and agony, and Adaben, he falls to his knees in front of you.
Yes, Yamako's.
Yamiko,
And as I was taking the shot, I wanted to hear me.
Alright, so
But
before moving, Yamiko's going to turn to Belvis and say, "Nice shot. After all, who needs justice when you can have vengeance?" Then Yamiko's going to come over here and say, "Let me lend a hand as well."
Well,
Hey,
this
that's
took a
it.
turn for the. Yeah, this took a turn for the worse.
She's going-
In her do that. Could I use my reaction to
Use your reaction to.
insight check
Okay.
on Yamako?
Okay.
She's having
Oh,
fun.
fuck.
You don't know what's going on.
I think
Yamiko.
I think this would be an appropriate check to hide my intentions.
Okay.
Yep, no idea why I would say something like that.
Okay.
No, I want to insight check her.
And Loki just doesn't give two shits.
Alright, so Yamiko is going to come over here, raise a hand, and that is the macros on that mess is messed up. I'll have to fix it. But casting a color spray down here, trying to knock out the thugs,
Okay.
because I'm guessing it won't affect Adaman. Yep, only 35 hit points of damage. Or not damage, but effect.
Starting with the creature that has the lowest current hit points, each creature
So
creature
the noble
affected by the
goes
spell
blind.
is blinded until the spell ends.
Yeah. The noble
noble's
is
knocked out.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, not knocked out, but disabled is what I was trying to say.
So, sorry, you have to explain this because
So,
Okay, so
can I
do you want me to
explain
explain
it
it or
since
you-
my spell?
sure, sorry.
So, start with the creature that has the lowest hit points in a 15-foot cone aimed downwards.
right. Well, that's the
Uh,
as is on his last hit point.
Alright, so assuming they have less than what I rolled, which is 35, they go blind and then subtract their remaining hit points from the 35. So let's say he did have 1 hit point left. That would mean there would be 34, and then you go on to the next creature and repeat the process until there's not enough left to affect someone.
Okay.
Please tell me you're not killing him.
No, just blinding him.
So his last sight is like nothing.
Yeah, blind and helpless. How would you like a better situation for your revenge?
Yes, for him not to be blind.
Yeah, he
If Nick will
we
let me
ruined
do
it by
the thing
helping
I
it.
want to do.
Oh no!
Oh, it only lasts for 1 round, so you can do something else to him first and let it wear off if you want.
We'll see how it plays out. So,
I have to make an Arcana check. Yep, I'm good there.
okay. So they're all blinded. It is now the thug's turn. The thug's attacks now are just at disadvantage, aren't they?
Yep.
They are blinded, so yes, they are wildly swinging.
And they're also prone, unless they stand up.
So,
Too bad there's no such thing as double disadvantage. No.
Nope. And the other.
Well, if they hadn't been blinded, they could have stood up and used flanking, so saved you 1 hit at least.
No.
No. Okay.
So the guy that rolled a 1, did he hurt himself?
No. Right. So then.
Okay. To the 2 thugs, I'm going to kill them both.
Okay.
So,
You have advantage on the attack because you can't.
yep. That's so 18 on 1. That on the other. They're meant to be tanky, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's why you hire thugs to do your dirty work.
Well, we know they have less than 35 hit points between them.
Indeed.
So that. Okay.
I'm gonna use my action surge
Okay.
and give one more scimitar attack to each of them.
That's okay.
And Action Surge does allow for an offhand attack.
Yeah.
I think it's an optional.
No, the offhand attack is a bonus action.
And
You're not-
Action Surge does say and possibly a bonus action.
Yeah. Action Surge does give a bonus action.
I think that's at the DM's. I think that's at the the DM's discretion.
Well, according to the text, it does anyway.
Oh,
You-
if that's what he wants to do.
Okay then, but neither of them are.
No, it says you can take an additional action on top of your regular stuff, plus
On
your
top?
bonus action.
Yes.
And but it does say and a possible bonus action, and I think
It
that's
does say
fine
and a
if
possible
if the DM allows it.
As the altercation is what Advent has created, this.
I'm literally just trying to. I'm carving up these guys as much as I can to try and make them look
Sure.
as human as unhuman as possible.
Okay, so one does fall to the floor, and while the other one is looking very bloodied and bruised.
And that is my turn. I yell out to Lokag, can you take care of the other big thug guy for me, please?
Okay.
And that's my
Okay.
turn.
I'm still tempted to shoot at him, and because he said Rickle told me to take care of him.
Oh god.
I look at Rickle and I'm like, so what am I supposed to do?
I did correct you. I did correct you.
I guess I'll shoot the noble.
Oh, for fuck's
I'm-
sakes.
I'm gonna kill him so you can't. I'll take the pleasure
Oh
away
my
from
god.
him. Does a 15 hit the noble?
It's a disadvantage because he's prone and you're at range.
Out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, disadvantage, please.
Yeah, I know.
Does the 15 hit him?
The 15 is his AC.
Alright, so I hit him for 9.
Okay. And as the arrow shoots her through the air and it hits the noble, he falls and his life is diminishing from his eyes.
And then I shoot the thug with my second attack. The thug is standing up, right? He's not prone?
Yeah, he's standing up. Oh,
Alright.
sorry, no, he's prone. Sorry, he is prone.
No, he didn't stand up. Okay.
Blind.
Alright, down to 12 hits him.
No, he does hit. So
Oh, wow.
he's,
For 11 damage.
Okay. And he falls to the floor.
Alright.
So as we
So are we staying in initiative so Adamant can kill Lokag, or...
No, let's stay in initiative unless the other people have something they
He
want
said,
to do. I
he said
No,
your life
don't-
is
don't-
diminishing. He didn't say it's outright dead. He said
yeah.
the life
So
is
he's
diminishing.
I'm hearing-
now finding it very difficult to breathe. As you leave the initiative order,
Belvis is doing something.
Adabem, what would you like to do before his life ends?
Do I get to do the thing that I asked?
Yes.
Okay, so I am going to grab him by the chest, like grab him by his tunic. Like I'm guessing the blindness is kind of worn off by now. Like
Yeah,
I'm
you-
purposely waiting for the blindness to wear off so he can
Yes.
look me in the eyes.
That's right.
I look him dead in the eyes and I just say, 7 years. 7 years you made me in that hell, and now I'm gonna use that to kill you with something else. And I cast Dissonant Whispers. Does he have to make the save for it? he's dying?
He's not going to make it. He's on his last knees. So.
Okay, then in his head, the world kind of falls out around him, and he is standing in the center of the arena, a shadow version of me is there, and I am just constantly stabbing and killing him and then resetting while the crowd is whispering, "Murderer, child killer, manslayer, you caused death for no reason." And that constantly loops in his head until his mind actually breaks and then dies.
Wonderful. Okay. So before his last breath diminishes, you can hear the gargles of screams within his chest as he's witnessing this in his mind's eye, and as the last gasp takes hold, he falls lifeless.
I let go of his tunic and just let him flop to the ground dead.
I only have one question. Did anyone besides us witness this? As I look around.
Please make a perception check for me, please.
Did Rickle say that out?
No. As far as you know, that's just me asking, because that's what Rickle is doing as this is happening. He's looking around, making sure that the crowd has dispersed away from this place before any of this happened.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a question then. Does Yamiko notice anyone around without trying to?
Yamiko, you can hear the footsteps of armed guards approaching the area.
Well, we should probably we should probably get out of here, or, at least blame the monsters for this.
I'm walking from rooftop to rooftop, going, I want nothing to do with this.
Okay.
Yes, that seems prudent. Otherwise, we might have to kill you, Adavan.
I kind of just look down at the body, just kind of spit on it, and then just start walking away with everyone else.
Yeah.
You're not gonna loot it?
Nope.
Who even was that?
Nameless Noble number 7?
Okay, truth time. That was my master when I was enslaved.
I had a feeling it's going to stop you, but I felt like you've deserved this much.
It's not gonna end here.
No, but I do feel a lot better.
Well, keep riding that high.
Anyways, greed.
I think that was-
One of the
Let's just go down and solve the envy situation.
This was
based on-
envy, I think it was.
Yeah, based on behavior, I think that was envy, so we can continue on the pride and then
This
loop back up.
So things you got to understand is that Waterdeep, there's clearly a city-wide pandemic that has occurred with these monsters in tow, and some of the sins have crossed into other locations. So this location was the royal district where the nobles were taking stand and placing their pride, refusing to leave or evacuate the city for their safety. The commoners in the area, the urchins, were there as part of the envious spell.
So it was.
So was that pride or envy we killed?
That was pride, but with people with envy kind of spilling in a bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Cleansed pride.
Let's go deal with envy next. Of all the people in this town, the ones it's affecting deserve it the least.
So envy.
You mean the one it's affecting is not insured?
Which is actually envy's.
What's insured mean?
It means that there's a note in the bank that says, in case of monster attacks or otherworldly powers, you get this much gold. It's an investment.
So not only do nobles have that much money to spend to begin with, but they also get paid when bad things happen to them.
You know what happens with money. When you have some, they multiply.
Yamiko just kind of rolls her eyes and takes to the air again.
Look, I did not invent this system, but it boils down to this. Money accumulates on the top.
Okay, so guys, as you leave the area and are making your way to the district of the Shield Hearts, where you've heard that urchins have been attacking the buildings, and again there have been certain nobles in the area that have refused to leave, and already there has been a series of incidences where nobles have been taken injured and are in a bad way.
Yes, the Waveharp Estates. Clever girl. Right. We might be walking in on orphans trying to murder my family. I'm a bit biased.
They are orphaned little kids. We just focus on the monster, and we should be able to get through this without that happening.
Right.
Should happen.
Hopefully that's the case. If it's not, I might do something beyond all mortal ken. So please, in the words of a dying noble, don't get in my way.
I say I follow you, Rick. You point who you want me to shoot, I'll shoot them. I have no attachment to this town.
I mean, you grew up in the wilds, Lokag. That's kind of the assumption.
I somewhat have attachment to town.
But we are adventurers. You need to understand that, before all else, you need to be seen as a hero amongst the regular people. You want to aim at being a nice person outwards when people are watching, and you can do what you want when people aren't watching.
Oh, yeah. I gather my arrows from that I gathered half my
And-
arrows.
You guys notice Yamiko is starting to pull ahead as she seems to be hurrying to get to this next one.
Ah, right.
Silvus tries to keep up to.
Ravenous! Find the next monster!
So he flies off, and as you approach the Shieldheart district that you're familiar with, Rick, before doing so, Yamiko, you do notice some of the commoners from the urchins from when you grew up in the dockyard, so you do recognise some of their faces. They all seem to be attacking the side of buildings, windows and so on, and there seems to be a singular larger building to the rest that has a grand pillared door and steps leading up, and then there are several other large homes nearby the area. Rick, as you approach the area, you do notice in the air where you were paying attention that Ravenous is circling the centre of the courtyard area of your home, and in the distance you see a familiar figure laying there being held, carried by 2 guards away from the area. How do you proceed?
As
How
soon
long
as
has it been since we did the last fight?
It's all in the same.
We haven't had a
area,
short
so,
rest
yeah,
this time.
You're very.
And you can't take
I
a
know.
short rest. You can't take a short rest while you're moving.
I know, but my spell lasts an hour. An hour has passed.
Okay.
So my Pass Without a Trace is still active.
Sure. So during the battle and during the time that you've moved, it's been about 14 minutes or so.
Alright, I will stealth into this tree bushy area.
just don't forget
Can
that
I-
is a concentration spell, so you need to make con saves every time you get injured.
Has Ravenous pointed out? Has Ravenous found the creature yet, or not?
So Ravenous is circling the center area where.
Okay, well then. Okay then, but we haven't
it-
entered initiative yet.
No. As you enter the courtyard area, you will need to make wisdom
Well,
saving
Can
throws.
I just want to say I'm gonna prepare an action for if when we do enter initiative and
Yeah.
attack the guy, I'm gonna cast True Strike on myself.
Okay.
So this guy is obvious; he's not hidden, right?
Yeah, he's obvious. He's lapidating in the
As
the revel of what's happening around him. These beasts like to be entertained by all the commotion that's happening.
as soon as Yamiko gets within range, she's launching a magic missile,
Okay.
and that's 120 feet.
And
She's not bothering with stealth this time.
If you're not stealth, you will need to make a wisdom saving throw also.
Wisdom saving throw.
Mm,
Because I'm not
I-
stealthing either. I'm
I
rolling.
stealthed in.
okay.
I didn't stealth in, but this time I know I have advantage.
Do I
Once we're done here, we're gonna short rest. Well, this.
Do I get my spell off before I have to make the save?
Sorry, what was you casting?
Magic missile. It's 120 foot range.
In that case, I will allow that.
Wait, are we doing with?
So first, Yamiko can do her magic missiles.
Ooh, terrible damage.
Who at Yamiko?
I mean, if we're casting preparatory spell, I do prep my shillelagh.
Okay.
It lasts for a minute, so it's fine.
So
Well,
as you
I said
enter the
I'm
round-
casting mine on my turn in the start of the initiative.
Sure. So, Yamiko, you see the beast in the distance as you enter the area. You manage to cast off a magic missile. Those of you that are not stealthed, could you please make a wisdom saving throw?
With advantage because of if it's a charm,
Sure.
which I assume.
Oh, for fuck's sakes!
Okay.
18.
Fine. It's fine. Okay. So, Adaven, this time, even though you had the... No, do you know what? For this time, you are more disappointed that you didn't have more time to torture the one that enslaved you for all those years. So you may be a bit rebellious against some of your party members that may have caused that to be ended shorter rather than longer.
Rebellious. Elaborate.
So you still feel envious about them, but in terms of the fact that they have not allowed you to unravel more of what you wanted to the person that enslaved you. So instead of you causing most of the damage, they did. So you're envious that they managed to do more harm to the one that enslaved you than you did.
Okay then.
So you're a bit pissed off, in other words.
And wouldn't you have it? True Strike will go off the moment we enter initiative. So
So I was preparing my channel divinity
Sure.
to
Okay.
dash in.
So let's go ahead and roll initiatives.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get to do channel divinity within
Nat
reach
20?
of everyone.
Oh no, I wanted to hold.
So, how many nat 20s is that for me this session? Or
Oh
how
my
many
God.
criticals is that for me this session?
So
Like
you've done
5?
Really well.
Including the one that I threw off this morning? Earlier?
Really well.
I can't roll above 10 for my initiative. I think in the past, like, 5-6 combats, I've rolled shit initiative.
Okay.
Well, we rolled a nat 1 on initiative. At least it's initiative, not an attack roll.
Adaban.
Yeah.
True strike is enabled, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Okay. I got this glowing kind of, like, faintly glowing sword in my hand. And I can't see Locag, can I?
I have a
do.
25
You would
stealth,
have
so
to.
no.
You would have to roll a perception check against his stealth.
I have to
check.
roll a nat 20 perception check. No, fuck it anyway. Let's try. Let's see what happens. That wasn't meant to be an advantage, so that's a 15. I can't see Locag, so I'm going to turn over to the next best thing. Belvis.
Oh, fuck.
This is the exact
been-
reason I stealth.
Just letting you know, I'm doing my.
I would remind you, Belvis, he doesn't have advantage on that because True Strike is against a specific target.
Ah, right, okay. That's...
Is it against the target, or do I imbue it in my weapon? Oh, yeah, it is
It's
against the
a
target.
specific target.
Yeah, it is against the
Oh,
specific target.
thanks, fuck. Right, let's see.
So I turn the Belvis, and I'm like kind of brandishing my sword at him, and I just say, you know, I could have made him hurt a lot more, but no, you had to go and try and be the hero of everyone's lives. You had to try and be the master of attention, and you had to have everything. And then I just point my sword over at Yamako while staring at Belvis.
Oh god.
I was so hoping for that.
I just put my sword back to Belvis and I just say, perhaps your face is very, I'm guessing, beautiful in the terms of men and women.
Yes, it's also very scarred, just letting.
How about we just cleave it off entirely?
Oh, when the party turns on each other.
Oh, with my own scimitar! It just
That's a
hits me.
16! Poetic justice, shall we say?
So was
Give me
it this party that we were doing damage half, or was that a different party?
You're not even like you don't even
Yeah.
go to the shouting. You just escalated immediately to the fucking slashing part.
I was expecting this, by the way.
Holy shit.
I was expecting this.
So you need to do a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no, you're doing thunder or lightning.
I'm doing
17?
lightning.
Oh.
Yeah, so you take 6 lightning damage, and you still are pushed back 10.
I mean, you're not pushed back.
Yeah, because it's... No, it's my,
Oh, right, because even if he takes half, you
Yeah.
can still elect to push him back. Yeah.
Yeah, any thunder damage, lightning, so...
Belvis, just off a character here, you are below half health. If one of your comrades falls, you know you get the boon from your deity. Okay, wonderful. Just a reminder.
That's why I didn't heal myself. Last time.
Yes. Okay, wonderful, cool. Locag.
I should probably put that boon in my stuff. What's it called? Fudge. Just send me that in. You have it.
Oh, I can't
I'm
remember.
just gonna move further in these bushes and stealth and do nothing. After witnessing this fiasco, I don't want to
Rickle just turns his eyes towards Belvis, and then looks down at Adaban as he flies in front of him. Man,
I keep thinking
what's this
interesting.
monster even gonna do? What?
I keep things interesting.
I can't even tell you if I knew this was going to happen because I didn't know this was going to happen.
Oh, you knew it was going to happen.
Oh no, I had a feeling that some of the sins would start affecting us, but I told Nick of nothing of what might happen if I ever came under control.
So it's the Sin Monster's turn by the looks of it.
Well, it's a good thing we skipped greed and lust entirely.
We've only delayed those.
Yeah.
I think Belvis would have been really screwed over by greed. I mean, he almost died trying to get some coin from that gold snake.
Oh well. So Lokag just stealths and does nothing. Sin Monster.
Yeah, because I don't want to be the attack target.
You have like what? How much hit points do you have? 60
No.
plus Stone's endurance.
This is my now 8 hit points.
No.
You are
I'm at
watching the cleric get
43 of
beat to
57.
shit.
Better
Hey
him than
DM, are you there?
Hey up.
It's
Yeah,
the
the Sin
monster's turn.
Monster.
Okay. Right, I was getting all wrapped up in...
I was worrying we'd lost you for a moment.
So I was getting all wrapped up in trying to remember what Belvis's boon was and I can't find it. Shit. Okay, right, so...
If it drops to like half health, doesn't I thought it was like his healing power does double or something.
I can't even remember. I just...
Yeah, it's Belvis. Belvis won't remember.
It'll be there somewhere, I'm sure of it, I just don't know where. Okay.
Sort it out after.
Right.
Yeah.
So, firstly, it is going to.
It's entertained that these two people just started attacking each other as they walked up.
Let me just remember what spells he can do. He's going to attempt to charm person on Rickle.
I make a charisma saving throw. No, wait, a wisdom. I'm good at this.
Okay, yeah, help you succeed.
Very much so.
Yeah. And realising the spell hasn't taken place, it's not going to work properly.
He shoots a longsword at you.
It slings the longsword at you because.
What I find more funny about that is Yamiko was prepared for that.
Okay.
Yep.
So that misses.
Rickle looks at the longsword, looks at the monster, and he says, "Get out of my way."
Is he using a floating longsword?
He's going to move just a little bit closer.
No, the bows are broken on enemy things. Sometimes every time you hit longbow, sometimes they'll shoot a longsword or whatever melee weapon you have instead. It's annoying, but it happens.
Okay, Yamiko.
Yamiko's just gonna dive down at this guy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, for all the changes she's gone through, she still has ties to the lower class in this area, so she's too focused on this guy to notice what's going on with Belvis at the moment.
He got shafted right then.
Sorry, but
10 misses.
unfortunately, she's too focused to roll better than a 2.
Okay.
Oh,
You slip and fall on your ass. You're now prone.
She's given up her usual finesse in her rage.
As you're swiping your blade around in hope to hit the Sin Monster, it almost seems to shift and blur in place, and your blades don't seem to make any contact.
She got distracted by Belvis getting stabbed, and it threw her off.
she wasn't.
Rick.
She was too busy not
Yeah,
thinking
so
of
Rick
Belvis.
just steps over Adabin, and he it's the same as.
It didn't knock me
It's,
prone. It just pushed me back.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would have been epic. Well, I step beside you, and I do the same as Yamiko, basically ignoring everything that happens around me and just going apeshit on this monster. And
But I was just saying, if they don't deal with me in the next turn, I will say right now.
a 10.
This is-
Oh well. Yeah.
Don't worry,
So
I
it
think
looks
I'm going
impressive,
down to the
but it
monster.
only hits the monster good once.
Okay.
And now the four shadows get to go.
Now the four shadows do.
And I'm not
That
a
was the
target.
They do get perception checks. They could roll net 20.
This one is going to make a strength drain against you, Rick.
I would say, Belvis, if I had spell slots left,
Oh my
I would.
God!
That's the third one against Rickle. That's the
always
third one
crit
against
Rickle.
him.
Today is not your day.
These monsters are the bane of Rickle Shield Hearts. Seriously, what the fuck?
And
So,
for a
no,
non
he looks super
fighter,
impressive against this thing, and then he sees the monster and he just goes,
he shits himself. He shits himself. If anyone uses like Phantasmal Killer or Phantasmal Force and creates a shadow fear of Rickle, it's gonna be an actual shadow monster.
"Save me, Belvis, save me!"
So, the other one will come up beside you, Yamko, and attempt the same thing
At Jamiko or me?
at Yamko.
Oh, that's a miss.
And that's a 5. That's a 9.
The third will come up beside you, Belvis,
Yep.
and do the same thing.
Watch it be a crit.
Close enough.
This is why
I'm
you should
down.
have healed yourself before you went here.
No, I wasn't expecting to take a shit ton of damage from Adabin. Yeah, I'm down. I'm unconscious.
Wow.
Come on, you baby. He took 9 damage.
That has been
On
a
the-
long time coming.
On the plus side, Adabin now has an enemy to be angry at because it stopped him from getting his revenge again.
Okay.
I mean, I could spend my whole turn just trying to do perception checks, hoping for a nat 20 on. Okay.
Yeah, you could.
As their intelligence is rather good, he is going to try and make a perception check because he
Well, that
knows
is wisdom base.
because he knows that there's more than 4 of you, and that.
Oh, so close.
and as that is going to come up behind. There we go.
Shit.
Of course,
It hits. No,
Nope,
it doesn't
that's a-
actually.
no, that was
Remember,
lucky. The AC 17, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, that was lucky. Very good. So, Belvis, saving throw, please.
hey.
Well done. Adabin.
Trying to think of a reason why he would be envious of Yamiko.
Oh, you have
Because
such
of how much
magnificent assets. I wish I had. No, it doesn't work.
because of how much she gets.
I mean,
Love how you cut out the
you
last
really
word
want to
there, and I
find
have a
Lokak
feeling
at this moment.
I'm not fine Lokak.
Honestly, Yamiko really doesn't have done anything against Adabin.
Just because she hasn't
Except
done it.
you
The fact of the
blinded
matter
the
is, he doesn't
guy that
know
he
any-
hated.
Well,
he doesn't
Well,
know
well, I
anything
mean-
about Yamiko be envious of her.
True.
She blinded
Well, I mean,
your
Belvis-
mortal enemy.
I mean, Belvis hooked it with Yamiko. I don't think that's much of against Adabin. Still, he's envious though.
Just gonna get angry and just start slashing at this thing.
Okay.
It's my kill. I deserve the glory for that. Nat 20 again.
Nice. Okay.
But it's not magic damage, is it?
No,
Nope.
but it's not
No,
needed.
is it
for
dis-
this. It's not needed for this one, and it does dissipate into the air.
It's not magic, but it is max on the first one.
Locag, save Adobin. No, wait. I
I'm
don't
just
mean
gonna-
Adobin. Save Belvis.
I'm gonna
Adamant,
look down at
Jeremy
Rickle
Rickle.
and just kind of like toe his he's he's proper unconscious because he's down. I'm just gonna start I'm gonna start gently kicking his face with my foot to make sure he's properly unconscious, and that's gonna be my turn.
You just pull out the healing potion, like, yes, I'm gonna feed it to you. I'm gonna stab you, and I'm gonna feed it to you.
Don't have it anymore. Remember, I used it.
Too bad.
I'm surprised he's not rummaging your pockets.
It says here. Oh, that's rations.
Okay. Okay.
I'll move up next to Belvis. And I will cast Cure Wounds on him.
Wow.
You got to jump out of the tree to do that.
I'm not, climb it or anything. I'm just in there. Bushes.
You do have to touch Belvis in order to do that, so
I
that
know,
would let
I'm
Adamant
next
see
to
you.
him. I'm well aware.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Next turn, down Belvis again.
Okay.
I can actually technically suggestion. I can do wisdom saving throws at the end of my turn to break it, can't I? Or command or whatever it was.
I mean,
It's probably a suggestion spell, in which case you can't.
Okay.
It's acting like mass suggestions. So.
It is mass suggestion entirely. And
I
that's
know.
what-
I
It
know
lasts
you
more. It
do
lasts
that.
more than one command.
and it's it's going to do that same action again.
So we all need to make wisdom saving throws.
Indeed.
what is it telling us? What is the suggested course of activity?
It's
Be jealous.
For you, Rick, it would be individual. For the others, so the others would find like a jealousy, like an envious thing against anyone of higher stature or that seems to be
13.
better than them. Rick, for you, if you fail, and the DC's 15, by the way.
Can I get advantage on this since this one's personal for me?
As you're in Waterdeep, yes, I will allow that.
Oh, not even just Waterdeep in general, just this specific one, since they're going after the orphans and the other people that I know.
Sure. Okay.
So, which of the 7
I
sins?
didn't need it anyway.
Rick, as this is your homestead, I will also allow a secondary roll to see if you beat.
Yeah, that seems appropriate.
Right, this is right outside your home, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, wonderful.
What sin is affecting me?
You
Emery.
feel quite envious, Belvis.
I imagine Belvis is just thinking of Adamant pointing at Yamiko earlier.
You may feel envious of a relationship growing between Yamiko and Rikul that you're unaware. Like,
Oh yeah,
They have been.
of the
They've been spending a bit of
circumstances.
time together. Belvis has noticed. You did
So-
notice,
He's
remember?
al- he's
Remember she kissed Rickle on the cheek. And
He's
Belvis
also
really
mad
remember
at
that.
you attacking. He's also mad at you attacking him.
That's not
Also-
envious. That's wrath.
Also, it's going to take its
He
own
could be
sort
envious of
you,
Adobin's
Yamiko.
skill with the blade.
I did knock him down with a nat 20, didn't I?
Why are you stealing all the nat 20s, you bastard?
Okay.
Well, you go.
Yamiko.
Alright, forcing herself to calm down a bit, Yamiko's going to use her bonus action to disengage.
Okay.
circle around and make one flanking attack.
Okay.
Boom.
That's 20.
Nice.
Oh god, crits and crit for your sneak attack.
Yep.
It's horrible.
You,
So that's 35 magical damage. Well, magic piercing damage.
Okay.
but it's 23 badass damage.
There.
That's it for my turn, but that was a turn.
That was pretty good. Pretty good. Rick.
Fuck. These shadows. A part of Rick just wants to scream and run, but
You did just see a sword blade suddenly grow out of this thing's chest.
he notices Yaviko's prowess in battle and decides it's weak to sticks through its chest, so he slams it with his shillelagh.
Okay.
You do have advantage, you're flanking.
Yeah.
This is true.
Could be a crit.
So
Again.
no, it's not. So I deal 9 damage and
Polar master.
polearm. 12.
You miss. On the second hit.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, all 3 shadows are gonna.
Save me, Belvis!
They're pretty pissed. So,
I look. Yeah. Take this.
Elvis just looks up and smiles.
the first.
I should have ran.
Drain at you. Rick.
Yeah, that's
Holy
a hit.
shit. What's your strength at?
7.
Now it's 4.
Now it's 4.
Wow.
I'm gonna laugh so hard if you end
I
this
mean,
round with one strength.
Yamiko did fucking almost kill this thing, so maybe I'm lucky.
It's the other is going to come up behind you, Yamko.
And that's flanking.
Indeed. And attempt. You drain. If it rolls, head up.
What the fuck out
That's
of
still a
it?
miss.
Still miss. Holy shit. And this one is going to come a little bit closer, and unfortunately,
Oh, no.
it's going to do the same as its brother.
It's gonna flank you.
Uh,
I just hope it doesn't.
Watch it crit.
Close.
23, 4. I'm still up.
But now the
Come on.
strength chain goes
1d4 strength damage. No! Holy
You're
shit!
at 2 strength.
Oh my god!
I was gonna laugh so hard if you were at literally 1 strength at the end of the round.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I just got my go out.
It's alright, guys. Belvis can always turn undead.
Fucking Belvis. This whole scenario is just fucked.
Or, he has a nice clear line of shot.
Chaos doesn't matter. So yeah, Rickle stumbles on his last legs, like, oh shit, fuck.
Gets an arrow to the knee.
I used to be an Avenger.
Yeah, you.
Until I got an arrow in the knee.
No,
Like I
Belvis-
shot in the knee by someone I thought was my friend.
Belvis is already enchanted with something, and he's gonna have some weird priorities.
One time I was playing Skyrim and I just walked into Light Run and I got an arrow in the knee out of nowhere. Really? I used to be an Avenger until I got an arrow to the knee.
That's the Shadow's turn. Belvis?
Right, of course he's going to look around, be very scared, I think, more than anything.
Shouldn't Rickle be prone because he doesn't have enough strength to hold himself up?
No. He had his strength drained from him. There is nothing that says that he needs to be prone for that, but he's definitely swaying and having a hard time.
Bonus action, gonna healing word myself. Does it get doubled on myself?
Okay.
I would think so.
Does the healing get doubled on myself? Oh my god.
Holy shit.
I admit.
I hope it gets
Is
doubled
that,
on
is
you
that
with
what
that
the
roll.
boon does? He gets a double health?
So,
Back?
if I remember rightly, and I could be wrong, but we'll say double healing under half health,
Yeah.
and there was an advantage if if you was under half health and had a fallen party member.
Oh yeah. I remember that part. So I'm up to 20 points. He's going to. What was he?
You're under the effects of the suggestion right now.
You
I
are
know.
feeling incredibly envious. But would his envy work on me because I'm under the same... I guess it would
You
since all
just
these other
cut
people
him
are.
down.
But he wasn't under the
which-
effect then.
Would this like bushy area count as what is it? Foliage?
Yeah.
Alright, so he's gonna do the disengage action, move in here, and then try hide.
If you left, Adabin won't hit you.
Yeah, you can't disengage and hide in the same turn unless you're a rogue.
Alright, well, he said he wouldn't have hit me.
I wouldn't have hit you if you left.
He doesn't need to disengage. He's an ally.
Alright,
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll a D.
But I'm hostile towards... I would have been hostile towards him if he wasn't under
I'm gonna roll a D2. Alright, a 2 would be an attack quickly. He's just gonna hide as an action. So, yes, that's right. Nope.
Okay.
I imagine he's just standing there holding 2 twigs beside his head.
Okay, just looking at him going, really?
You can't
Did you
see
forget
me
to
if I
add
can't see
the?
you.
Did you forget to add the +10 from Pass Without a Trace, which is still active?
Okay, then it's 18.
18.
You're welcome.
Right, so,
Thank you.
Adaban.
Lokag's no longer hidden.
Yes, but he shouldn't really be envious of me because I'm not a noble. I'm lower born than him. I grew up in the fucking
He's
wild.
envious of you because you messed up his vengeance.
That was before. Now he has a different envy.
No,
Yeah,
that's
That's why I
envious
attacked
of it.
Belvis.
that's why he attacked Belvis.
Yeah.
He's just
Oh.
envious. It's not different. It's the same.
He was
Still
envious
you
to
for
you, but
being
he
a
didn't
noble.
remember.
I have envy towards everyone for separate reasons.
At the moment, he's more envious of the fact that you took his opportunity away from him.
What? I didn't outright kill him. You still gotta kill him.
You did try to outright kill him. It's just the DM said no.
I didn't try to. I just tried to
Okay.
knock him down a peg.
It was pretty easy to read the situation. You did try to kill him.
So,
23 damage.
Jesus.
Yep.
This is when you say I use my stone's endurance.
I have lots of health left. I'm waiting until that might take me down. I was at 43. I'm not too worried. I'm at 20 now.
And that's my
I'm not
turn.
gonna say anything.
I'm not even going to say anything because Blokag knows what he did.
It's alright.
It's Lokag's turn next.
Is that what you do? Is like Adabin is like next to him and he says, "You know what you did."
Yeah, but he says it with his eyes.
It's alright.
Okay.
Nick, I sent you a message.
Yeah, I saw that. That's fine.
So as a bonus action, I'm gonna hunter mark Adaman.
Oh no!
And now I'm gonna shoot with disadvantage twice at him. Because he's now my mortal enemy.
Misses.
That's alright, I can shoot
Who
again.
is he your mortal enemy?
He just attacked me 3 times.
Misses.
It's alright. I'll then move here.
Let's take that.
Lokag! A little help here!
No!
If we kill this thing, it'll go away!
I
Speaking
see
of this
red.
thing,
Okay.
it's its turn next.
Yes, and just to tie up, just in case it was missed, so we've compiled that, Adabin, if you are under half health and have a fallen party member, you have advantage on all of your attacks. Attacks against you have disadvantage until a party member is healed or you regain health above half.
Does that work for me too? 'Cause that's
Good
under
job,
half
Belvis.
No,
It's actually
Yeah,
it's Belvis's boon. No, it wasn't actually mine. It was Belvis's.
My intentions for running into advantage attack, but Rickle's already below it, so just wasting my turn.
Okay. So,
My bad though.
so the Sin Monster.
Is he going to attack the person that did the most damage to it?
Probably.
Is going to attempt a life drain on you, Yamiko. With the shadow still there,
Advantage.
that's still advantage.
That's a 15.
That's a miss.
Oh, that is a miss. In that case, realizing that the spell doesn't take place, it's going to lunge at you with its longsword.
That one's a hit.
Wonderful. Okay.
And is he holding it in one hand or two?
He would be holding it two-handed as it's the only weapon.
It doesn't have an option for, according to what Nick's done, it doesn't have an option for one-handed. So it's acting as a sword used with 2 hands.
Well, no, because the first number is one-handed, the second number is two-handed. It's not dealing me 12 damage. But it's not even going to deal me 9. I'm only going to take 4 of it.
That last time that I took the attack, I did.
Why are you taking double the damage, Belvis?
Because he's not paying attention to the numbers.
Because I drank a tea, not a coffee.
Okay, wonderful.
Because I drank a vodka and not a water? Same
Yeah,
diff.
Yamiko?
Gonna stab this guy again.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, Rickle isn't down yet, so...
No.
Ooh, nice,
Yes.
Gabby.
Wonderful. Tell me how this monster dissipates into the air.
Oh, so I didn't have to use the sneak attack on that?
No.
Alright, well, actually it doesn't matter because I won't get sneak attack on the shadow anyway. But Yamiko just... As he turns and tries to attack, Yamiko dodges, and then shoves her short sword through its throat.
Nice. Okay.
You could move offhand one of the shadows attacking
Actually, you
Rickle,
know-
Don't worry about it.
and
Don't
then
worry
get the
about it.
sneak attackers on that.
Don't
Yeah,
worry
that's-
about it.
That's actually exactly what I'm gonna do. That one gets an attack of opportunity if it wants.
Which it does.
Namika's fine, she's barely been hit. Nat 1! You're safe anyway!
Holy crap.
Then I offhand at the shadow next to me. Actually, you know what? I go all the way there, and then
Yeah, you still get sneak attack.
yes, but this way I get advantage on the attack roll.
17?
Nice.
Pretty sure that does something.
Yeah.
And then this guy gets the sneak attack.
13.
And Dagger of Venom's a magical weapon.
What's the... Yeah, no, that's fine.
That's it for my turn.
Wonderful. Very nice. Rick.
Did you hit it for 13. It's still alive.
You still alive.
Shit.
I'd recommend disengaging and getting the hell out of Dodge.
This situation is fucked up.
On the plus side, our friends aren't charmed anymore.
On the downside, Lokag's still going to swing it regardless.
Yep.
Well, shit. Even if I disengage, they can just chase me. Well,
You could,
that's-
I don't want to metagame, but I do have a suggestion for you.
I mean, I have several things Rickle can do. I'm just curious as to which one he will do. What were you?
Can I-
Wild shape.
Can I? Yeah, that's what my suggestion was going to be. Wild shape into a bear or something.
Yeah, 'cause
Or
you
a dire
regain
wolf or
strength
something.
and- You regain strength and then...
He'd
He
have
would
the
have
bear
hit
points,
points.
but he wouldn't have his own.
Yeah, I would have my the physical attributes of a bear.
Yeah,
You
the only
would
thing
have
that you
to
keep when
strength.
you wild, the only thing you keep when you wild shape is your wisdom, your intelligence, and your charisma.
And your proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea, actually. Becoming a bear.
That
Yeah,
was,
so Rickle retreats
terrible.
inside his mind. It's like the shadows are around him, and he's
You can
just
see
like,
his eyes darting left to right as he's panicking.
Yep. Yep. His hair going manically, and it just grows out of him. This bear just bursts out of the human form
Because he needs his bare necessities.
and
Rickle-
roars.
Rickle tries to turn into a bear for the extra courage, but he's scared and turns into a rabbit.
Completely backfires. Wait, this isn't what I ordered. Okay.
Oh no!
Yeah,
I should
have
have
you
got
taken
that
there,
rabbit's
Rick?
foot.
Yeah, I can put my token on there. Brr. And it has a brown bear has 34 hit points,
As well as all your strength.
as well as
All the
a bit,
bear strength.
a bit more extra strength, because it's still under the effects of the strength drain. So yeah, that's my action, and I don't have a bonus action, so that's my turn.
The bear isn't under a strength drain right now.
Yeah, but Rickle Shieldheart is.
Yeah.
If the bear drops to 0 strength, does it revert back to Rickle form?
Yes, it would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. But the bear
Shadows,
has 2 extra strength.
Let's
So
watch
you have
all 3
15
shadows now
strength.
gank this bear. Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20!
And Rick would be like, why me?
Cool.
With all 4s on the strength drain.
Great. I lost control of my other token, so you can remove the bear that's in front of me.
You sure the stats
Largy,
are-
largy, largy.
stats are right on that?
Yeah, the black bear.
No, you got brown bear there.
Yeah, this is a black bear,
Oh,
not
that's
a brown bear.
Black bear. Yeah. Okay, cool. Right, that's right, fine.
Yep.
These
Okay.
technical issues are getting unbearable.
right.
He's turned into a bear for his necessities.
The first shadow. is going to cause do a strength drain on you, Yamako. As we've
Makes sense.
15 miss.
Yep.
Yep. Guys in the bushes, are you still stealthed or not?
No. No one's stealthing.
Yeah.
Belvis has an 18 stealth.
Elvis is stealth, but not the other two.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
no longer
attack
under
opportunity.
suggestion. That's right. Finally, these
No,
things.
I'm
attack
not
me.
taking that. I'm not even swiping at them.
Alright.
Okay.
Rickle does not want that thing to turn around and face the bear.
It makes sense.
Ow!
That's against
Go
the
to the
other one.
attack. Yes! Take that head on. Only one drain. Oh.
And then the other.
It does affect my stats.
Oh,
And of course, I get it.
2.
Yeah, the other one attacks low keg.
Yeah.
And missed horribly.
Okay. Elvis.
You're no longer under mass suggestion.
Really, Elvis is really angry at this. He's just going to run here and I'm sick of this fucking shit. And I'm doing my channel divinity again.
Okay.
All three motherfuckers need to do their saving throws.
Wisdom?
Destroy them dead!
Was it wisdom, yeah?
Yep.
They're all
DC 15.
14.
Oh, 14. Nope.
One fail.
Dead. Is that one the one near Yamako?
Yeah.
Nat 20!
Oh, that one's fine.
One of them jumps in the way of the third and shields it.
That depends on the next roll. 18! That doesn't
Wow.
happen, but something else must.
The one next to Yamako is gone.
The one down near Yamako runs down to the other two and fully stretches out, taking it all.
And I'm giving both can't talk. Both Locag and Adabin death stares.
I'm just gonna raise my hands.
Oh, bloody wood, wouldn't I?
Raise your hands like, what can I do?
I'm under half health. I don't know.
So am I.
Screw it. He's gonna get in range of this one.
Oh, yeah, I've deleted it.
Isn't destroy undead in action?
Yeah, but he
Oh,
can kill
so-
the post.
What? Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
lose 22.
I have 3D dice on. I saw a dice roll and I thought it was Belvis making attack after he said, "Screw it, I'm gonna get in range of this thing."
No, it's
Oh,
me
no.
because I deleted the wrong blooming token.
Mm. Fine, I want to say, focus on the task at hand as I walk up to the shadow. And that's my turn.
Okay. Adabin?
Fuck it, I'm gonna finish it now. Multi attack.
Kills Locag. I'm going to finish it now. Kills Locag.
Doing yet another nat 20.
That's champion for you.
Are you attacking Locag or
The shadows. So white
you
shadow,
have
that
advantage
shadow's
on-
getting the nat 20 is getting the 19.
you would have
That's getting
advantage
everything
on
else.
this one?
Does it matter?
Well, if it lives, it does.
It doesn't matter because I can't do any more.
Oh, yeah, true, because you
I
wouldn't.
can't roll higher.
You know, I realize. Oh no, it's dead.
And if any of those two attacks hit, then good on it.
Okay, they all hit. But one is still standing.
I have no bonus action set up.
Oh, offhand is the bonus action.
Oh yeah, true. Sorry. Fuck. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. Okay. Oh, where's he gone?
What
Does the
are
shadow
you doing
die?
with the shadows?
Here you
I
Probably
will
just moving
shoot
it to
at
affect its hit points.
I will shoot at the shadow with my first attack
go. Mhm.
with disadvantage. Not that it matters. Does the first 8 damage kill it?
D8 does kill it, yes.
Cool. I can turn her back around to Adam and shoot my second shot at him if I wanted to. But no. I'll move up.
Okay. Guys,
That's that.
with the shadows and the sin monster of this area gone, you look around as the urchins that were being hindering the buildings and are sort of shaking their head like a bad migraine is been affecting them, and they start to move on their way.
Yamiko just heaves a sigh of relief, then looks at Rickle and Adabin and say, "Are you guys alright?"
You mean Belvas and Adabin?
No, I'm referring to the ones who got strength drained because not a single shadow hit Yamiko that entire time.
I just kind of give a salute, like very unaffected by it. I look a bit
Yeah,
lean,
there-
like I look a
there's a-
tiny bit leaner than what I normally look like.
There's
I'm
an
just
emaciated
gonna-
bear in the middle of the streets, just crumpling itself, making itself look weak.
Perhaps we should have a breather here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go away from everybody, range, and just take my short rest alone.
Okay.
I'm just gonna find a tree or something to just rest my back against and take a breather.
Okay.
Um,
As this is your homestead.
before I do that quickly, are we taking a short rest? Are we gonna agree on that?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, then
Revert
before I
back to myself.
take a
pats
short
the
rest,
bear
I'm
on the
gonna
head
use
to transform.
second.
Yeah, as you pat the bear on the head, the fur starts to diminish away, and Rickle steps out of the form,
7 plus.
and he just kind of like, I fucking hate this.
20.
34. And then I get my action storage back.
I warned you guys I did spice it up a bit.
20.
Oh no, I love it.
Ugh.
It wasn't bad before, but this is amazing.
So that's what's called health drain. Short rest.
It's such a bad, like, it doesn't look much when you read it on paper. You think, that's not that
I'm
good.
gonna cure myself first. Level 1 and level 2. Because I regain spells on a short rest.
Oh.
And
And
I'll
I'm
do
still missing one of my spell slots.
I am literally 1 point away from full health. Next challenge, let's go.
Hey, so is Yamiko.
I only had to use 1 hit dice, and my ability of giving myself an adrenaline rush and regaining it again at a short rest.
Okay. Guys, as you take your short rest to regain your breath after the battles that have pursued you, Rick, you recognise the unconscious man being held by the 2 guards. This is your father.
Oh no.
Does he look as weak and frail as Rickle did when he was getting strength trained?
Oh yes.
Hey, you're right, old man. You look very very haggard.
He's
I'm in, like, very-
unconscious.
He's
I'm in like
unconscious.
I'm in very like commoner kind of, not like dirt rag kind of commoner clothes, kind of nice looking commoner clothes, but still very obvious I'm lower class. I just kind of walk up to him, just tilt my head. I'm slowly getting closer, and I'm just like, "You're right there."
As you approach, and the guards hold him up, seemingly moving him away from the dangers of the area.
They do what now?
Perhaps to try and take him to some sort of infirmary to get healed. They sort of slow and look at you as they realise that you've just all taken into practice of getting rid of the monsters that pursued them.
If you're looking for somewhere to take care of him, Eastern District. We've already cleared through most of that area.
That is good news. We shall make haste. And the guard looks at the other guard as they start to move the elderly man.
You know, Edovan, that's my father.
Scratch that. We cleared the Western District, especially near the market area.
No. I'm not
absolutely
having
fine. He will be absolutely fine there.
There's a Wave Harp estate right over there. I'll tend his wounds myself if I have to.
No. It's not safe in there. You don't know. Some of your staff could have come under my control or something.
We just cleared this area.
Yes, but as we saw in the area where Pride was supposed to be located, we saw Envy as well. Doesn't mean they can't have leaked over.
As you approach Rick, one of the guards recognizes you. Lord Rico, is that truly you?
I mean,
unfortunately,
yes.
You
in the flesh.
You seem much older than you was when you left here.
Courtesy of the Feywilds. I think I'd sent a letter to my sister.
You have a sister, you say?
Your father has been taken ill. There was a brutal attack on his estate, and we need to take him to somewhere to rest and to get healed.
Is the estate or in shape?
As well as can be expected. The doors are still sound, although some repairs
that's a decent place. That's a decent place. Let's just take him back to the estate, so see what can be done.
Okay.
Well, when you get that going, we might probably have to start getting ready to head to the other districts.
I'll walk up and I'll touch his dad's shoulder and I'll cast Cure Wounds on him.
I'll do that myself, thank you.
You sure?
Yeah, because I can regain spells. There. So I walk up and I fill him with the frost magic of the Feywilds, and I see, and I check his pulse and shit. Try to ascertain whether or not he'll survive the coming trial of waking up.
Yeah, sure. Make a medicine check for me, please.
Sure. 12.
Okay.
Is he alive?
He's breathing. You can see the chilled air as he breathes from your spell. So you can tell that he is conscious now. However, as he's sort of stirring and his eyes only half opening and closing and staring, you can see that the irises of his eyes are pale. They're like a glazed over, and he appears to be blind.
Huh. Interesting.
Just to clarify, the guards in the sky are in the same family colors as Rickle, right?
They are indeed, yeah.
Alright. So even though Yamiko missed the first part of the conversation, she still picks up some of what's going on as she comes over.
Well, get him back to the estates and put him in bed. I'm sure he'll He'll live. He'll endure a
Will
couple
you,
of more hours.
as you wish, sir. Would you be joining them?
Yes, we just need to clear out the final monstrosities.
We will make sure he gets rested.
Guard them with your lives.
And they start to promptly, instead of walking back into the square.
If
they
you have
start
any
into the-
inkling as to who has caused this, try and get a brief summary of events, and we'll talk to you later.
And as you say that and are about to leave, one of the guards turns and says, "The only face that we see that could be part of this was Moran Treeman. He had some sort of book on him."
Morgan Treeman?
Morgan!
My rival from high school.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much. Oh my god. I love that.
Instantly. That's what's funny about it.
He said Mormon Treeman, and he said Morgan Treeman!
Yeah, no, that's all y'all heard though. Morgan Freeman when he said it.
And he tells you he had some sort of toned book with him. He didn't seem himself.
Did you perchance see where he went?
He left before we could establish which direction or where he was heading.
I'll keep a lookout. Good job. You're attentive as
Right.
always.
We're looking for your high school rival, really?
Look, it is clear now that my days are numbered. My rival from high school has come back.
What did he do, steal your girl?
No, worse. He was always
Stole your
kind of a
lunch money?
nerd. I picked on him.
Okay, so
I have. It's hard to describe how
Dungeons and
Adaman would feel
Dragons.
about that.
As they're leaving, Yamago turns to Rickle and says, Was that an uncle of yours, an elder brother, perhaps?
It was my father.
Wait, but he doesn't look much older than you.
He seems in his late 40s. He's a stout man.
I think she was trying to be polite.
Well, you know how it is when you enter a time stream that is separate but not totally distinct from your own.
No.
I'm afraid my planar studies haven't gotten that far yet.
Right. Imagine you were frozen in ice. Only the ice was not on. Only the ice was permanent, and time did not degrade your body. Wait, time would degrade your body, but. Right.
I'm like, I
This
think
is
I've
the
heard
moment.
better from a monkey. I say that out loud, I think I've heard better from a monkey.
Someone find it. Someone look up a clip of Doctor Who trying to explain time.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
Imagine you were on a different plane entirely, and time moved differently.
I've heard better from a chimpanzee.
You have no clue what we're talking about. You were raised by wolves. You didn't even have official education. You don't even know what the different plane is.
You probably don't know what a chimpanzee is, to be fair.
That's the whole point. You insult them.
okay, so
Right.
Let's
Let's head
move
over
on to the
to
marketplace.
Greed and be done with this.
Now there's lust after greed.
Oh no! Why did we save the worst for last?
Oh yeah, that's the point. We take care of greed and then we can celebrate.
Yeah, I suppose.
In a lustful manner.
Maybe we can take a few days cleansing this area. What do you say, guys?
Take a couple days cleansing lust.
So
But work
as you-
before play.
As you make your way through the night streets, you can hear in the distance as you approach the screaming and shouting of the altercations that are happening in the far distance. Yamiko, you see lights from some of the buildings nearby as the cold air seems to chill your bones, and you seem to favour those areas more than the street themselves.
I would point out Yamiko has resistance to cold damage.
I mean, you're
Just because that's the second. That's the second time you've mentioned her like having an issue with the cold, so I figured I'd bring it up.
Nick, I messaged you
Yeah, just one moment.
Friday.
And I'm looking around to see if any buildings are broken into.
Sorry, what are you looking for?
Or have any buildings been like smashed in and are being looted and whatnot?
It appears that there has been, and most of any content seems to either be ruined or already taken.
Once we find the culprits, no doubt we'll find greed somewhere.
I mean, your bird has had great luck so far.
Right. You keep complaining about that. What's wrong with you? Ravenous!
Were all the arrows and whatnot stolen from like the armory?
Ravenous at this stage seems
How are you feeling?
seems to be occupied. He has
Interesting.
It's been taken over
It's
by
Morgan Treeman! Curse you!
Final boss fight, Giant Ravenous.
By the way,
No,
just,
that isn't even his final form. It's Golden Ravius.
Nick,
No, it's
we're getting into fight. I'm passing bless on myself, Yamiko, and Rickle.
our final
Thank you.
enemy is gonna be Morgan Freeman.
Sorry, on Adabin, not Rickle.
Ah!
We'll cut him down to size, and when we're done with him, he'll be Morgan Bushman.
But he's
Just like in the later South Park game.
every time he explains something, he gets a new freckle. Does that travel over?
Yamiko is going to take to the air and stealth again.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna outright stealth.
You spend another spell slot to do Pass Without a Trace?
I can, I guess, yeah. I
No,
have
no,
it.
you don't need to.
Oh, I'm going to. It's my only second level spell, so I may as well.
Bless up to 3 creatures.
Do you affect the rest of us?
Yeah.
Alright.
Gather all together, children. Gather
Yeah,
together. Gather
You would be
together.
tied together with the 30 feet if you want the benefit.
Okay, so as you approach
That's
the
that shit.
sorry,
Bellis crit his health. He got 34. I got 27, and Yamato got 28.
Belvis apparently took a level in Ninja when we weren't paying attention.
He took a level in just invisibility.
okay, as you approach the market
What armor is
area,
Bellis wearing?
Got it.
then
Adabin, where did Belvis go?
Well, you can definitely tell where Adabin is.
Do you know what the fun thing is? Every stealth check I've ever rolled should have been at disadvantage.
Yeah, because you're wearing armor.
Wearing chain.
Belvis, that reminds me, are you also wearing armor?
He's wearing studded leather, I believe.
Be careful.
Oh, right. I'm not stealthing.
Something is wrong with Belvis.
Even with your +10?
Belvis, you are tied to the Goliath. You have to be within 30 feet constantly, or you lose the bonus.
Oh, I don't. I'm. Alright, I won't have the bonus, right? It's just 24.
Oh no, he doesn't get a +10 on his nat 20.
For the. Yeah, like I said, as we were going into battle, I was casting Bless on.
I don't think you have to be together.
No, after
You
a
do.
casting, you don't have to be.
No, it doesn't. For each creature you is within 30 feet of you.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the veil of shadows that surrounds you. Like, this is a magical effect that is...
It's more like an aura than a instantaneous thing.
Yeah, that's more like an aura around you than anything
Right.
we are doing.
Okay, guys, as you approach the market square, you hear the altercations that seem to be going on between individuals in the marketplace. You see people snatching items out of each other's hands and pushing and shoving and snatching more and more. Wares that were on carts have been stripped and seem to be scattered on the floor. And the people that you can see in the area just seem to be snatching the goods out of each other's hands and brutally attacking each other for possession of them once again.
Shillelagh! It is time you felt the chill of the night and the chill of your greed. Sleet storm!
Adaman and Rickle are the only ones not stealthed at them.
So, Rickle, when he sees this charade of looting, he breathes the words in Sylvan, and a column of just freezing ice rains on them.
Why would you make the terrain difficult for all of us?
Because it's fun that way.
Oh, that was meant to be a whisper.
Okay then.
The
Someone's sniffing
entire
perfume.
scene in front of us now fucking ice.
While he's doing that, Yamiko is just going to be using her altitude to try and spot the sin monster.
Okay.
I'm taking a shot at
Taking a shot at who?
the Sin Monster as soon as I see it.
Okay, so you're holding action, yeah?
I plan on shooting 2 arrows into the Sin Monster.
Wonderful. Okay. So, as the terrain becomes more, wait 1 moment. So do they make?
It's
they have to
covered in
make-
ice.
Okay, so as the floor begins to be covered in ice, and the commotion between the civilians in the area, a few do become prone due to them falling, and so only a handful. Say.
It's not a damaging spell, it's just an annoying spell to stop you from getting around.
Yeah, that's fine.
As we're running through it, I think we'd have to do that, don't we?
Yeah, if you want to run through it, then that's your own prerogative.
What's your DC?
The DC on my spell is 14.
Alright.
And as you seem to have disturbed the events that are unfolding here, again you hear that almost reversed whisper in the air, which is the and the shadows emerge from the distance and disappear again.
I don't see any shadows.
They are coming.
Oh.
Let the bodies hit the
Anything else?
No!
Well, we can't move because of Rickle's spell.
No.
Well, you don't need to move.
We do if we want to kill this thing.
Part of it.
No, you don't.
we
There's
can
no sea monster
move.
nearby.
We can move as long as we don't go past this line.
Pretty much. So there's a column of ice and snow, and it's just covered everywhere.
Can we see this?
Can you see what the spell?
The Sin monster first.
You can roll a perception for me.
Yes. That. 17.
Nope.
Monster of greed, I call to thee. Behold my privileged status, for I want nothing that you can give me.
Again,
Behold my lower class status and require lots of gold.
We already have a lot of gold.
That's
Can
gold.
as
I
you,
take like a fistful of
We're gonna
gold,
make-
like 10 of it, and I throw it at you, and I say, see, we have all the ones we can get.
and as you do so,
I thought we were trying to
the,
drink. I thought we
People
were
are
trying to draw
gonna
it
rush
out.
you.
as you do so, the civilians in the area do attempt to move towards you as you are showing that you clearly have a lot of possessions that they wish to have.
Ah,
Right.
Jesus.
But they are moving in difficult terrain,
Yep.
and those who fell prone has to they move half speed.
Yep.
I thought we were trying to lure this thing out, not try and make it stay away because we already
Yeah.
have plenty of stuff and don't need to grab more stuff.
And the moment they move, don't they have to make saves or?
Yeah.
No.
beginning of their turn.
It's if they're still within the sphere, they have to roll again.
So they start to begin to move towards you. How would you like to react?
Yep. People of Waterdeep, cease thine looting. I have all what you need.
Kind of just face palm and just say, Rickle, they're not going to ask for handouts. They are going to beat you bloody and steal it from you. They're under a suggestion to steal and rob from each other. Not that they're seeking stuff.
Shouldn't
They
the people
want to
not-
take stuff.
Shouldn't the two people that aren't stealth make wisdom saves?
Well, it's not happened anything.
It's
He's
not
not
happened
asked
yet.
for it yet. So
Nick, I sent you a note.
well, that's good for them. Because I have my trusted bodyguard Lokag and Adovin to prevent them from taking all my possessions.
As he's saying that, As
You
you-
like, I just turn. I can't see. Actually, I can't see. Okay, I just turn and look at him with the confused face, like, "You think I'm going to stop them from stealing from your dumb ass by calling out you have what they
It's
want?"
not my gold, it's Yamiko's. It's the group party fund. I'm just throwing it out there that I'm not spending my own gold on this.
Stupid. Is it too late to not kill Rickle?
I mean, if you want, I could throw the gold at you, Adovin. You could be the
No,
guy.
we need to make it seem like we want, like we're trying. We need to be greedy. That will draw it out.
No, we need to appear as if we are stopping what's happening, and we are incapable of being greedified. You don't lure someone if you're already appearing as if you're greedy. It doesn't want to make you more greedy. It doesn't need to. You're
So
already
far, all the sins have been attracted to the sin that they've caused.
right. So
I'm
it-
on-
it's
I'm
not
on-
different.
I'm on all fours, scratching myself.
Very important to state right there.
Right.
Well,
it
I was raised
it
by
would
wolves,
only
I'm
be
scratching
enticed by
myself.
them denied that which it wants. So we should
Except
take these people.
it's
who are-
going to now steal and rob from us out of greed,
That's fine. They're
including
just
your
on there.
personal purse, not the stuff you're just tossing out on the ground.
They're just. Look, if we stop them from taking everything, then the greed monster will appear. That's how it's always worked.
Meanwhile, they creep even closer and wasted more than 6 seconds.
Just beat them up when they get here and tie them up. It'll be fine.
While they're arguing, Yamiko's going to fly up a little bit higher to 30 feet, so she's above the sleet storm, and move forward to take another look around.
Okay.
Where is that thing?
So hold on. 'Cause I'm also
To your
listening
left,
as
about to
well.
stab you on the back.
It's right above you.
behind you. Okay, so you see a shift in the area, and you can tell that it's been standing in front of you the whole time.
In front of who?
It's been,
Only Yamiko's the one that's been able to see it.
yeah, that's fine.
Well, I'm assuming that takes up my basically.
Unless
my
you can
turn.
yell at it in a storm, sleet storm, or whatever.
Oh, I have something I want to do, but it's an action, so I'll wait till other people do more stuff.
Well, we can't do anything because we can't see it.
Okay, I'll wait at least until these people move more.
Okay, so the people do begin to move more, and as they grow ever closer to you guys,
As they
Yeah,
get close,
I
can I
wouldn't
just
kick
can I
their
just start
ass.
Can I just start knocking them on their ass as they get close?
you can try.
Nick, I was holding an attack.
You was.
But you can't see it.
I'm the only one that can see it right now.
Yamiko can see it. That's why he put it on the board, but none of us can. Otherwise, I would have attacked the hell out of it.
You could attack the people, but
That's what I'm doing. I'm doing strength checks to punch him in the face and try and knock him
Okay,
away.
so you're trying to knock them down. 14. Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, so. One becomes prone. The other one does not. And
Can I try and use my offhand to punch the other guy in the face? I kind of bring my elbow back and try and smack him in the face after missing.
you could try. Okay,
13.
still not enough to knock it down.
I have some rope here. Let's tie them up.
Take too long.
Right,
Just try and knock him out.
Before you do that,
Brothers just staying back.
as the one you failed against, he's going to grab at you and try and snatch whatever he can, personal possessions or anything. And upon doing so, causes at least 4 damage. So he's ripped part of your garment.
You absolute prick.
Well, fortunately, those are not my clothes.
so here's a question for you, DM.
Yeah.
Will you allow me to sneak attack with a cantrip if it requires an attack roll?
As you are the only one that's seen the Sin Monster, and as you're above the area that he's surveying, yes.
Well, that just happened. But everyone,
Luck roll?
everyone did just see me shoot a ray of fire at that square, so that would probably act up as a pretty good
I'm
signal.
reckoning double ones is gonna send it haywire.
Alright, so Could you all roll initiative for me as the Sin Monster seems to glow in the essence of the fireball that has missed from Yamiko's attack?
Would I be able to make that?
Yeah. Now you know where the area is if you're holding the attack. That can.
And I from stealth first.
Okay, you miss.
That was record.
Oh, that's initiative. Sorry.
20.
Nice. Okay.
And I have a held 2 arrows at him too.
10 piercing.
Locad goes before me.
Can I shoot those 2 shots I have held at the Sin Monster?
Did you have those
Let's see if
held?
we can roll a good
Yes.
initiative.
Yes, indeed.
I said I had my 2 attacks
Finally.
on the Sin.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, with advantage, because I'm hidden on the...
Yeah.
For 5 non-magical, and now I will shoot with normal shot.
Which misses.
Nick, I am at the bottom. I have 23 initiative.
Yeah, he hasn't done the thing yet.
Oh,
He did. It was just before he rolled initiative.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
my bad.
he hasn't done the descending order fix yet.
There you go.
Oh, poor Rickle.
There he is. Get him.
I like to point out that I rolled a 4 on my initiative. I have +9 initiative.
How do you have that much?
Alert feat.
Oh, you took a feat for it. Got it.
Alert is OP.
Yes, it is.
I took it because I don't want to be surprised.
So it's
You
my
can still
turn,
be
right?
surprised if you're sleeping.
Yeah.
And unless that thing has 18 dexterity, I'd probably go before it.
Unless I have the alert feat.
Then get training in it.
Okay. Ellis.
I am running around behind it. And pulling out my rapier.
Stabby, stabby.
Yeah, stabby. I have advantage because it's flanking.
No, you don't.
Okay.
It's not friendly.
Okay, I would have moved here then.
I was gonna say, where's the advantage? Like, why didn't you move there for advantage?
So on the wrong attack. Here we go. That's 27.
Okay.
I no, that was velocity. That was the wrong.
Yeah, why are you shooting your bow at the monster with advantage?
Look up the top. Top
20,
one.
25. Oh, okay, 26.
Top one.
My bad. Yeah, 20.
You accidentally pressed velocity.
5 piercing. Can I punch him with an offhand?
You're not a
Nah,
monk.
Nah.
Yeah, you can't.
Rapier's not a light weapon.
For 1 piercing damage. Bludgeoning,
But,
not
you know.
piercing, what the fuck?
I was gonna say it'd be bludgeoning, but you know.
It would be pointless.
That's
Okay.
1 plus your strength modifier, technically.
Yeah,
It's if
so
you have
one.
Tavern Brawler, I think. Isn't it?
Nope,
No,
this
you roll
is
a d4.
period 1 plus strength modifier.
Yeah, Tavern Brawler turns the 1 into a 1d4.
So,
Okay.
the Sin Monster is going to attempt mass suggestion on all of you.
Uh-huh.
Adam
Okay.
and Yamiko and I have left. Active.
I have advantage as well. Yay!
I'm going to not roll with advantage because I was going to impose disadvantage on Yamiko because it's free.
Holy fuck me!
So
Holy
you can add
fucking
if you-
shit!
Why do I always make these goddamn saves?
Fucking hell, man. That's all of us except Locag.
Oh my god! Why did I save? I'm freed! I'm a greedy fucking bastard!
Yep,
Oh,
even
no,
with
Yamiko.
Even with the D4, I'm one short.
So,
Yamiko, greed was Yamiko's main motivation to get into adventuring, aside from finding her family. So it makes sense she'd fail this one.
Adaman has no reason for greed anymore. His greed was to
get.
get money to free his freaking friend from slavery.
As the Sin Monster casts his spell, a smile becomes its face as it looks around at all of you and says, "Greed." And the greed of needing to obtain any belongings or possessions that's owned by anyone else succumbs you.
I try and greedily rob this guy on my turn.
I mean, what? They don't have anything. They're just commoners.
I'm
World's
actually
greatest
fucking
adventure, everyone.
greedy.
World's greatest adventure. Stealing from the common folk.
Hey, they've been looting. They do have stuff.
But you're just stealing from them for the sake of stealing from them.
I know.
And it's not even their own stuff.
Oh,
Plus, they're
one
normal
moment,
people
one
under
moment,
mind control.
One moment.
I don't
So,
care. I'm a greedy son of a bitch normally.
Locag,
I don't need
Locag.
pets.
Locag,
Yeah.
please roll for sleight of hand if you're stealing.
It's not my turn yet.
Oh, okay.
When Locag could probably save the team, killing the Sin Monster and atone for
Yamiko,
the earlier thing, besides to steal.
how
Hey,
would
I'm
your
acting
greed,
like I'm under its control.
how would your
to
greed
make it
portray your turn?
potential.
Well, as she heard Rickles' comment earlier, she's gonna come over and she's gonna swoop down and try to pickpocket him.
Nice.
Well, shit.
Okay.
Now I'm. The funny part is, I'm also enchanted to want everything, and I know you have the most gold out of everyone.
Except she is flying.
And I've only used part of my movement.
But it's action too soon.
Okay. So.
Yeah, but I see you approach, right?
Rick, how many items do you have in your inventory, not including weapons?
Not including what?
Not including weapons.
I have a backpack with some romance novels, some potions.
A number would suffice
Number what?
of items you have that could be stolen.
He's gonna roll a die to see what I take.
You're gonna
1,
roll
2,
that
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
7.
and then there are 10 torches.
Okay. Roll 7. Roll a d6.
You can do /1d7.
Oh, will it
Yeah,
roll?
that's the nice thing.
/1d7.
That's the nice thing about electronic dice is you can roll
Okay.
imaginary numbers.
Yamiko, please roll that. 6.
6.
Rick, what does she take?
I think
The
the
six
last
items,
things, like, obviously all the 3 romance novels and several potions vanished from my backpack.
But
So
the
Yamiko gets a
items
bunch
that
of potions and romance.
Okay, so you snatch the bag, essentially, that contains the books
Yeah.
and the potions.
Basically, I just slit the straps with my dagger and take the whole backpack.
Yeah, nice, okay.
And then bonus action to dash flying 30 feet up into the air with it.
I noticed that's. well,
You can take an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, that would be...
Yeah, and I want that opportunity attack to be a grapple attack.
Yeah, okay, let's try.
Strength V, whatever it
Athletics
is.
versus
Athletics
acrobatics.
versus acrobatics.
It will
I
definitely be
believe-
acrobatic since I'm flying.
I believe you'll win this, but hey, I'll try. Hey, get back here!
Okay, so as
That's it for my turn.
Yamiko slips the bag off and takes flight.
Ravenous! After her!
Ravenous is gone.
No! My bird! Right now when I need you.
Locag.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and pillage from this guy right here.
Okay,
Locag didn't even need to be under
Fly
mass
hand.
suggestion.
okay. You don't seem to find anything on him. but you are rummaging through his pockets, so he does sort of, as a reaction, grab hold of you and attempt to stop you. Can you?
Can I use my second attack to try and do it again?
Yeah, you can try.
Fucking hell!
22. Okay.
What is your alignment, by the way?
Chaotic neutral.
He is an urchin, so he doesn't have much. Could you roll 1d2 for me?
I'm an outlander that was raised.
Yeah,
by
but you're
wolves.
also an adventurer. You know this is not acceptable behavior.
No, this is this is actually playing chaotic neutral quite well.
I'm acting like I'm under his spell to throw him off guard.
Interesting.
Well, get material items. What do I get?
So roll 1d2, as he's a commoner. He doesn't have very much on him.
2.
So you've got 5 copper.
Woohoo! I now have money on my person.
You already had money on your person.
No, I didn't.
You had a bunch of platinum from earlier.
No.
No, he ended up giving it that to me.
Oh, right.
I have 500 gold pieces worth of items on my person from I
anything
bought
else
from
that
those
you
guards
like
I looted. Yeah, I'll just slowly move back here.
Okay. So you pull away from his hands with his money.
Yep.
Okay.
Well taken, 5 copper.
Just to ask, does the Sin Monster appear wealthy?
I mean, good question. The clothing that he's donned seems to be like a series of gold feathers and a white cloak and a porcelain mask with red stripes down the front.
Oh, you want that mask?
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, it's not me.
Trickle
It's
Add Ben.
Easiest way to get his stuff would be to kill him.
Yep.
No, because the moment you kill him, he disappears.
That wasn't meant to be an advantage. But you know what? That's a 12.
You can also add bless.
You do have advantage. You're flanking.
Oh yeah, that's a 28.
So
Unnecessary flanking. That was.
What is it? 27 crits this night? What is it? Something like that.
Well, that's another. So that's another 19. So that's 8 plus that.
You can add
So
bless to
11
that.
plus 8.
No, add bless to the attacks
Why?
because I blessed you, and
I haven't actually missed an attack yet.
add the 12. That
was advantage for the 19. He just didn't roll it with advantage.
Yeah, I accidentally switched tab. So that's a 28, a 19, and another 19.
okay, so they all hit.
11, 19.
Or are they?
No. 19, 26.
26.
Non-magical damage.
Yeah, because he does have resistance to magical, non-magical weapons. Okay.
There's only 2 people with magical weapons, and one has to use a bonus action to create it.
Rick.
Yeah, but that's fine. Shillelagh! You did this. But even better, you're rich.
You're gonna
Take
steal
it
his
from you.
mask.
You have a beautiful mask.
Sleight of hand.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Here's a question: Would the enchantment on Rickle cause him to lose concentration on the sleet storm?
Yeah, there's no sleet storm anymore.
Okay.
Oh, so I assume that means
Did you want to attempt to take the mask?
I mean, if it falls off when I knock him on the head,
For Flair,
So basically, you're trying to knock the mask off.
Yeah.
for Flair, I will allow you to make a sleight of hand check to this creature as you are in a rage of greed.
What now?
A rage of greed. You are blinded by greed. I will allow you to make one sleight of hand check.
Sweet. That's
No.
horrible.
I wanted you to make that.
No. He has to make a perception check to see trying to take them. He could get lower than 8, and he succeeds.
His passive perception is 10 plus, so
So, okay.
Passive doesn't really work in combat.
I
Yeah,
try.
yes.
I tried. That was.
So, Nick, did you read what I messaged
Where did you message it?
I don't think passive
above,
perception.
above the attack?
I think passive perception is the only thing that would work in. Because you'd be reacting based off what you can see out of the corner of your eye rather than focusing to pay attention to certain details.
If not his flame.
It's completely within your choice. If you want to pursue what you feel, then that's your choice.
So that will be a 1, and the other that earlier 2. Alright, so guys, I'm dashing away.
Okay.
To the docks.
I'm confused.
So as you move away, the monster will have a attack of
They
opportunity.
disengaged, you said.
Oh, you're disengaging, yeah?
No, I'm-
Okay, that's fine.
No, I'm using my dash. No, I'm action dash. So I can't disengage.
So yeah, he does take you. I think so.
Anyway, I'm gonna rapid this game.
Sure, okay. He's going to attempt a life drain as you...
If he hits.
sorry, no, it has to be an attack, doesn't it? A longsword attack at you.
No, that'll miss. So I'm just
Okay.
dashing away, 70 feet away.
And
Yeah.
so, as the altercation is occurring around you, and seemingly Belvis retracts his blade and dashes away.
Oh, you wanted the rich ships. He's going for the harbor.
Okay. And that's
He's gonna go loot them.
I'll delete myself off the board.
yeah, cool.
Well, yeah, you're gonna go loot the rich people, so yeah.
So,
You don't know that.
the sin monster is sort of confused to what seems to be being portrayed, and unawares that he appears to be quite wealthy in his appearance, and his spell is backfired. He's still going to attempt a life drain on you, Adaben.
Bring it, you bastard. Haha! I slap your hand away with my sword.
Okay. Seeing that the spell takes no drain to you, he then swipes at you with his blade. Again, missing.
Haha! I bashed the sword away.
Okay. Yamiko.
All right, so he currently has a sword out, right?
Yes.
You're
Yamiko's
gonna
going.
steal it?
No, I can't steal what's in his hand. The Yamiko's going to swoop down and try to steal his bow,
Okay.
the weapon he's not holding.
Yeah.
Oof. Now, seeing that fail, she's going to see Belvis rushing off, and an idea is going to occur to her. So she's going to use her action, or her bonus action rather, to dash away into the sky. So attacks of opportunity from anyone who wants them.
Yeah, I'll try another. I'll try another grapple check.
One moment, guys, sorry.
I go for the leg.
She's always beating you by like 1 or 2. It's hilarious.
Which is funny because I have 3 more bonus than him.
I know, right?
Rickle's getting a bit slow in his old age.
Just,
What do you mean?
just letting you know that. Just letting you know that if Yamako and Elvis pushing over time, Elvis outrun them.
They're going
I mean,
to loot the rich people.
Oh no, Yamiko had a different idea. I'm just waiting for the DM to get back.
Alrighty.
Right, okay, so. Yep, so your sleight of hand check fails. However, your.
Attack of opportunity on me. I'm sure the monster wants to take one.
That's right. It will be. The sword swipe.
Is it another 6?
Oh, that actually hits me.
Holy crap.
But, you know, I'm a rogue.
Uncanny dodge.
So I only take 3 damage from that. And as I'm flying away, Yamiko looks down at the noble's colors she's wearing and calls over her shoulder at Rickle, "You take care of this, my lord. I'll go say hello to your father."
Oh, you're gonna go loot his father?
I'm gonna go rob the people whose colors I'm currently wearing, and thus I'm less likely to be questioned.
Oh well.
Wow.
And what happens if we kill this thing before she gets too far?
Then the
Then I'd snap out of it.
The spell would drop, yeah. Okay. Luck hack.
Alright. You know
And
what,
I actually need to step
here-
away for a moment, so the timing on that was perfect.
And now I'm gonna loot this guy who's prone. Do I have
Okay.
advantage? Sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand.
With advantage since he's prone?
Sure, okay.
Yes!
Nice, okay. Roll 1d2.
You get 2 copper.
2!
Okay.
Are you literally wasting your action?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes for the chump change.
Yeah,
He knows we have over 100 gold each, but he's just going for the civilians.
yeah. Okay,
What do I
another,
get from him?
another 30 copper pieces.
Nice, I'm at 18 copper. I'll take a 5-foot step this way, and I'll loot this guy. Sleight of hand this guy who's also prone. For that second action.
Okay.
Well, I'm trying to spread it out so we're not all trying to sleight of hand the same person.
Okay. Roll a 1d2.
I gotta run out across someone.
Okay.
Rich.
I was kind of hoping someone would do this today. You find and you hold a rusted spoon.
Okay.
Okay.
I put it away in my backpack.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, because says she's gonna loot his father home, and Rico is just like, "That's not a bad idea. I'll get on that right when I get this mask."
Okay.
Oh, here goes cursed items.
You've looked it up.
No, I haven't looked it up. I assume because it says can't get rid of it, it must be a cursed item.
I whispered that. How
Damn
come
it!
it's still... Oh, that's bloody annoying. Well, I might as well...
Because you gotta do slash W space then player's name.
Yeah, I did that. I did. So half of it's not on there and half of it is. I don't know why.
Well, that's
Well, in that case,
18.
yeah, don't matter, but this is what it does. So, the slashing damage, first one miss, second one...
first one miss.
Sorry, first one and second one hit. And,
That one misses.
okay, and the third one misses. But
I got a rusted spoon. This is awesome. I can yell spoon as I attack with.
how do you do this?
I'm gonna cut him up along the chest with one stroke. Then I look and see Belvis run away, and I see Yamiko run away. And as I'm watching Yamiko, I just stab him through the head with the
Okay.
scimitar.
No, the mask!
So at this stage, you do not, you no longer see Belvis. You can see dashing off in the direction Belvis went, the wings and back end of Yamiko, as the sin monster dissipates from your blade. You look around, the glaze over the eyes of people captured by this spell have now been released of it.
So how many turns did I miss?
Just the one.
Oh, even at full dash, no way that's enough time to get back to the shield hard state.
Yep.
But I would have liked to have seen how that had played out. That would have been quite fun.
Message you again, Nick.
Well, the thing is that, like, a tiefling with wings getting in would be hard, but I know the disguise self spell.
Okay.
So I could have disguised myself as Rickle.
Yep.
So, the people left in the streets hold the possessions of others in their hand and are confused by the events that may have unfolded, and they sort of gently place the items back to the ground, and they don't seem to be of any like value as such. It's more that these appear to have been items that one person may have thought of having some form of sentimental value rather than anything else. You see things being placed, vases, plates.
Is the spoon a dex or strength based weapon?
I don't actually.
It's a spoon type weapon.
It's a spoon type weapon. It doesn't actually say.
I'd say it'd have the light. I'd say it'd have the light feature.
I would imagine it'd have the light feature. So
Alright.
It would probably be strength based though, because it's like trying to scoop with it.
That's if they go for the eyes.
Nick, I sent you a message.
I added a weapon slot for the spoon, so now I can just click it to do the attack. I need to know if it's strength or dex, because that will affect how much damage I do with it.
What are you asking please for, Nick?
So Nick, dex or strength?
I would imagine it's Dex.
Alright.
We do have
I somehow feel fucked and robbed in some weird way.
You're missing your
At the same
backpack,
time.
mate.
Spoon!
No, only robbed for now. The other part comes in the next area.
I want to see the damage. roll,
Rickle? Rickle? Your bag is missing.
What? Yamiko!
The second damage is if I aim for the eye.
Nice. Okay.
It does 1d4 plus 4 plus 4.
Yeah.
Yamiko just hears from the distance Rickle screaming her name. And I say that is session.
Yep. The next time we get here, we'll
No, you guys don't get a call session. The DM gets to call session.
That's a fair choice. It's getting on now.
I mean,
It's been 3 hours.
So yeah. I'd
It's
say
20 past 2 in the morning at the moment, so for
One
Belvis as well.
11.
What the fuck?
It's only
Yamiko-
12 in the afternoon.
Yamiko hears that scream of rage and just decides, you know what? I'm gonna go loot anyway.
Okay. So, guys, we'll call it a session for there. Again,
Yep.
very good work. I think you guys now only have one last area to.
And I got the best weapon ever, Rusted.
Adabin
I'll look at that a bit
MVP
more,
with
'cause I don't
about
think you get any of
9
the
natural
additional-
20s.
I don't think it's any additional damage. I think it is literally 1d4 plus 4.
You said
That is it.
1d4 plus 4.
Yeah.
But don't take it at my dex bonus to damage normally
it
with a
doesn't,
weapon.
it doesn't specify on there. I'll look into it a bit more and see what it says.
Because I should be able to add my
Just
dex.
give him some time to look it up, Locag.
I will. I'll fix it if I need to. But I have it set up
Adabin.
like a normal weapon.
Adabin MVP, dealing most damage, and about 9 or 10 natural 20s.
Look,
Uh,
party kills.
you guys all did hilariously great.
I think he loves the fact that I wasn't affected, but I still wanted to be greedy.
I just love the fact that I didn't get hit by a single shadow all session.
Yeah.
Oh, I got
yeah,
hit by
I
a shadow and it
one
did
shadow.
fuck all. And then
They just kept
Rickle.
missing me. They kept
Rickle,
me
you
like
got, how many
15.
times did you get nat 20'd by a shadow?
Yeah, Rickle always gets nat 20'd by shadows at least once per session.
I love how Belvis' mind is really fucked up right now.
It's not my fault. Swear. Yamaka, I may have broken your fuck toy.
Hey, I have a question. Is the mask on the ground so Rickle can grab it?
No, there's.
I mean, my scimitar went through it, so if anything, if it landed in a material plane, it broke in half.
It, if Rickle had successfully grabbed the mask on that particular sim monster, I would have had it dissipate into the air just from that alone.
Huh.
Unfortunately,
That would have been fun.
yeah, unfortunately, the sim monsters don't generally carry any personal possessions or anything. They just are almost like a phantom of sorts. So,
I don't know. I've had fun
but
just messing around.
this turned out better than I'd hoped.
Oh yeah, today was really fun.
I wasn't expecting a full mass suggestion.
Attack each other?
I wasn't expecting people to attack each other or anything like that, so it was great. Again, I'll calculate XP and post that on Discord as I usually do. I'll do a brief summary of what we've done today and what's left to do still. But I really appreciate.
All we
both
have
playing
left is lust.
That's
Yumiko's
all you
favorite
guys have
area.
left.
Okay, guys, take care.
See ya.
Later.
That's it.
I can't help but feel Yamiko's either going to nat 20 or nat